right. Testing one, two, making sure we're heard out there, live and in effect, back in direct. It's the one and only BIGGDOGG Chico to the C and the place to be. I am not live on X or Twitter in the Twitter spaces right now. We're also live on YouTube and I should say Facebook. So check us out if you're just tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, internationally and nationally known. You already know what it is, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. And check in, man. Join the conversation. I need to hear from you. You tell me. I've got some news that just broke, like literally before I was able to come on here. And this is from SI Sports Illustrated.com, which I'll break to you and let you guys know about this, saying that Colorado admits 11 minor NCAA violations in Deion Sanders' first season per report. All right, I'm going to give y'all this news real quick. Like, let me know who's checking in on the spaces. This is my first time doing the spaces. Shout out to Coach K, Roslyn up in here. Got a Colorado fan up in here, a couple other people in here. I appreciate y'all joining in. I'll find out how to add you guys also. If you're already added, let me know. Like I said, it's first time doing the spaces, but we are live on YouTube also. And here's some news right here that I'll break to you. Everybody asking me already in the comments. Shout out to the chat on YouTube. Say Cheese, Corey Thompson, Mackie and TJ Brown, Jennifer, and everybody else. Here's the news, though, from Sports Illustrated, or should I say SI.com. With Deion Sanders quickly injected life into the Colorado football program after his hire in late 2022. While the team finished 4-8 in 23, Sanders and his staff have almost completely flipped a roster that won just a game, or should I just say just one game the season before he arrived, building one that was far more competitive this past season. Sanders' aggressive recruiting tactics, especially in the transfer portal, have made waves across the sport. They've also gotten him a bit of attention from the NCAA. Colorado has been hit with 11 violations since hiring Sanders, according to USA Today. All of the violations are considered minor, and were self-reported by the school. Violations of this nature are relatively common among top college football programs. Do y'all hear that? They're saying it's really relatively or very common amongst top programs in the NCAA and rarely lead to significant disciplinary action by the NCAA. A number of violations related to recruiting activity, both on campus and on social media. Here's a summary of all 11. Yeah, shouts out to everybody who's checking in on the Twitter spaces. I appreciate you. In December 2022, Sanders' social media team posted an image depicting a spreadsheet of unsigned recruits. The post was deleted after 10 minutes. Wow. So these simple little minor infractions, violations, slap on a wrist, parking tickets type deal, jaywalking, you know. So yeah, we shouldn't be too concerned about this. Let me see what the chat is saying right now. Shout out to Warren Lewis, B. Wilson, Maya, and everybody else checking in, man. Buffed up listening in. ATL listening in. Kingsley, everybody on the spaces, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. So, with the rest of these violations, quote unquote, the same month, a high school coach sent Colorado staff a transcript for a player that had not yet entered the transfer portal. Read that again as these ads keep popping up. They don't want me to be great, but read that again. The same month, a high school coach sent Colorado staff a transcript for a player that had not yet entered the transfer portal. Colorado quickly stopped recruiting the player per the report. Y'all see that, right? So what can you do if a coach sends you something, dog? You know? What can you do if a coach send you something. Not too much, I don't think. All right. Sanders posted on Instagram, reposted an Instagram video depicting a voluntary team workouts in January 23. The short clip was live for about 20 minutes before being pulled. Okay, so that's the voluntary team workouts in last January that apparently wasn't supposed to be on there for whatever reason. The same month, a recruit identified by USA Today as cornerback Cormani McClain was featured in a picture while wearing a uniform on the field, lined up across a coaching staff member, Coach Prime, a violation of the ban on game day simulations. What? So you telling me I can't line up across from my player because it's simulating game day? Man, this is wild. These NCAA rules and stuff, infractions and violations is crazy. A website posted the Cormani McClain picture to social media, a second violation stemming from the moment. The corner will wind up committing and played as a freshman, of course, for CU in 2023. All right, players that were not active members of the transfer portal attended a Colorado camp open to high school and transfer recruits last May. The violation led to a 2-week recruiting ban in June. Unbelievable. So Coach Prime can't hold camps? He can't hold camps? Can't look at players? Come on, dog. A Sanders Instagram live session held in May added a recruit identified by USA Today as Aaron Butler as a featured participant. Butler would commit to Colorado and later flip to Texas. That month, linebackers coach Andre Hart took a picture with a recruit who posted on social media prior to the first permissible date to have in-person contact. Wow. Here's another violation. In August, Colorado led a team-wide yoga session led by an intern that was not one of the team's 5 declared strength and conditioning coaches, violating NCAA staffing limits. Another one, a recruit gained impermissible access to a premium seating area at the Buffalo's September 30th game against USC during an unofficial visit. Former Colorado player Matt Machesney and his son, 2028 recruit, were present for a pregame locker room speech, and the recruit ran onto the field with the team at his October game against Stanford, violating a ban on game day situations. Once again, the minor violations have not halted Colorado's momentum in recruiting. The program's 2024 high school class is small, but includes one of the nation's top offensive linemen in Jordan Seaton, a key component given the team's struggles up front in 23. The Buffaloes also have hauled in a highly ranked group of transfers, including players from Alabama, Houston, Kentucky, LSU, Oklahoma State, and TCU. So I'm going to open it up to get you guys comments and thoughts on these 11 minor NCAA violations committed by Coach Prime as they reported themselves to the NCAA, which you have to turn in that fiscal year information. So let me see how I can open up these lines to see what you guys are thinking, and also what's going on the Twitter Spaces, what you guys are thinking on here. Let me see if I can open it up. How do I do it on Twitter Spaces? Invite to speak. Oh, easy. I can invite to speak. All right, I'm going to invite y'all to speak if y'all want to speak. If not, I'll continue it. All right. Okay, I see y'all running off the Twitter Spaces right now. I see my guys up in here. They say, yoga, really? Man, this is wild, Elenissa said. Who's this checking in? Look like ATL. That's you? I don't know if YouTube can hear you. Let me see if YouTube can hear you right quick. Maybe I'll do it like that. Oh, now? Say Ohio State self-reported 9. So, yeah, it's other schools that definitely self-reported just like this. And just like Plug News said, this is pretty much nothing. All minor, all BS. Just Google it and pull it up. The dedicated article on Colorado they put out. Yep. That's sportsillustrated.com or si.com. Salute Buzzing Chico, Rosecrans said. Mac NT said, Matt Machesney getting that spotlight left. Shaking my head. Yeah. So Matt Machesney, his son is a 2028 recruit, is what they're saying, and he ran out on the field. And apparently, you can't simulate game day situations. Man, all this stuff is extra super minor type stuff. And come on, man, y'all got to get better with that, man. Go ahead, ATL. You on let me see. ATL, you're on Twitter Spaces. You can go ahead and go in. And then I also got some people on YouTube that I'm going to invite to go in also. I'm listening to both. Let me see. It's in the chat now on YouTube. Y'all go ahead, join in. Let me know your comments. I'm going to read some right now. Maria said, all minor, nothing to see here. Carry on. Hate us. Yeah, that's for the haters to chime in and be like, oh, we got them now. We got them now. And nothing. So, yeah, X space. This is a safe space. You can come on and say what you want to say, however you want to say it, when you want to say it. BIGGDOGG Chico to the C and the place to be. Live on YouTube and X, Twitter Spaces. You tell me. Chime in and jump on. Let me know what y'all thinking, man. But that is that news for now. I think it's nothing, man. I think it's absolutely nothing. It sounds like NCAA nitpicking. But just like they said, Ohio State reported 9 themselves. So it's things that you have to report like this. I'll show the other college minor violations. Exactly. So it's plenty of them out there. Brody said the hate is real. Yes, the hate the hate is definitely real. And it's something that I'm not even, I pulled it up. Like I said, it came across my page. As soon as I was about to go live, I was like, what? Let me check this out for a second, dog. Because I know good and damn well they're not trying to. Okay, the most that happened as far as the slap on the wrist was the 2-week recruiting ban in June. Other than that, man, everything just, post it, take it down, understand what we can do, can't do. First year coming in as the head coach, a huge celebrity, got a huge social media following. So everything is going to be scrutinized and looked at and looked through with a fine-tooth comb, should I say, to try to find any violations or anything that's going to give Coach Prime in a quote-unquote unfair advantage, which we feel like he already has. They're trying to shut down or reduce CU's social media presence. That won't happen. Only thing, just like Cat Williams said, listen, only thing will happen will be is going to increase the social media presence. Whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, it's all publicity. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping on that. I think that Coach Prime will find a way to capitalize on it, just like he did with the shade situation. He'll find a way to capitalize on it and make it into something good. We got Pot of Coffee stepping on. Where you from, Pot of Coffee? Oh, now. Can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you. He's on YouTube. Y'all checking in on YouTube. Y'all live on YouTube right now on my page, Big Dog Chico, BiggDoggChico. We got
Big Dog.
I can hear you, my dog. What's happening with you?
Hey, what's happening? I want to talk to you about these violations that Coach Prime got on today.
Speak to me about the violations that Coach Prime had.
He's not the only one with minor violations like that. Every school across the country has it. You play Division I, so did I. We all know we've all done these things. I think it's just them trying to blackball Coach Prime in certain ways. They can't outright do it, so they got to do it this way.
Well, I don't even think it's going to work. Like I said, I think, even if it sounds like it's not a good situation, we know and we see that it's minor, and we know that Coach Prime can take this and turn it in the best situation possible, rather than it being way bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? With these minor violations, if they're going to put some light on us, for said no sign on Twitter. If they're going to put some light on us for these small violations, just like everybody else has, then you got to talk about everybody else for one, and two, it's only going to be. Let me see. I think I lost you, but it's only going to be a spotlight brought on Coach Prime and the Colorado staff that's going to help them at the end of the day. It's going to help at the end of the day, not so much hurt like a lot of people may be thinking. You know what I'm saying? So anybody else want to join in and give your opinion, let me know. But at the end of the day, I think we good. Chef Solomon's menus are too extravagant violation. You can't have them big old steaks on there. They're 2 inches too thick. Violation. You know, y'all got some big boards on here and they look good. Violation. Coach Prime can't be hot. Violation. The whole team gonna be wearing some Nike Coach Prime shoes. Violation. We hating. We're gonna find a way to hate on Coach Prime this year. Oh, they got Louis Vuitton on the side of their uniforms? Violation. What is the punishment? Exactly. You know, the thing that we had as a punishment was during the summer, and they said that it only ended up being a 2-week recruiting ban in June. Players that were not active members of the transfer portal attended a Colorado camp open to high school and transfer recruits last May. The violation led to a 2-week recruiting ban in June. That's the only slap on the wrist violation that I've seen in this article. So I'm not really tripping on this, dog. This is something Coach Prime ain't even probably looking at twice. Like they said, some BS. Talk about picking and nitpicking. I'm going to share it with you guys one more time. For everybody just joining in, let me know where you're joining in from, how you joining in. Elijah Wilson just checked in also. Elijah, oh, now my young boy. What's happening with you? Talk to me. Eat up.
What's up, Chico?
Talk to me.
Why does it look like parts of Colorado, the school itself, is kind of like not happy that they have Coach Prime there as a coach? First, the guy comes out and tells them about Warren South. 9, they got this done popped up. It's like they doing sneaky stuff behind the back of the coach and the athletic director.
Right. Hey, is the music bumping in the background? I'm gonna probably stay on mute, man, because somebody outside playing. I don't want to get no copyright. But yeah, they picking at everything. They might pick at Chico for playing music in the background right now. Outside, I'm like, man, should I close my mic? Because I said it though. I said, watch out, Shannon. Watch out, everybody. Watch out, Chad. Watch out, everybody, because they about to try to this whoever that guy. It's the same guy, the same speaker who brought that out. Where the article?
No, there's somebody different that brought that out.
The NCAA brought it out, or the Prime and them bring it?
No, the school. But it's a writer. A writer brought it up. So a lot of times when a writer brings something up, somebody has to contact that writer.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
Like I said, this was reported by SI, who's the writer, Dan Lyons, 55 minutes ago. And let me read it real quick, the intro saying that Deion Sanders quickly, well, not that. This right here. Colorado has been hit with 11 violations since hiring Coach Prime, according to USA Today. All the violations are considered minor and were self-reported by the school. Violations of this nature are relatively common amongst top college football programs and rarely lead to significant disciplinary actions. And I also saw where Ohio State, amongst other schools, reported 9 violations. So I don't know. I don't have a list of many schools, but I would take a guess that this guy has a list of the schools. But what school, if he reports on it, is going to get the most clicks and hits to his website if he put it out there? And that would be Colorado, not Ohio State, not Alabama, not Georgia, not none of them will get more hits than Coach Prime in Colorado right now. So that's why.
Yeah, they're not going to put that out there.
Right. They'll definitely put it out there with Coach Prime, though. If anything, maybe somebody will just read the headlines and they'll, it'll stop a recruit from going there. It'll stop somebody,
Right.
They'll find a way to do anything. And this is just what it is, man. All these minor violations.
A violation is crazy, but how you can't be like they don't want the audio they don't want the audio being recorded when a player is next to the coach when they're on camera. I don't get it. Like that whole violation just sounds crazy. So if you're on camera next to your coach in practice, that could be a violation. against the NCAA. That's what they were saying.
Well, the ones. Which one are you referring to?
One with the we said something about with Cormani. The one he got tagged with last year. I remember them saying something about that when they was editing the videos later on. They're like, yeah, man, you know, we gotta, because they were saying that. I remember hearing they were saying that they were trying to consider it scout tape. So they said teams could only have so much hours of film now or something, and they were saying that was adding on top of other teams' scouting film, and they was giving out too much scouting tape. I remember Bucky saying that, is that what they're saying here with Cormani?
That's crazy. It said with Cormani McClain the same month, a recruit identified as Cormani McClain was featured in a picture while wearing a uniform on the field lined up across from Coach Prime. That was when Cormani was in the DB stance and Coach Prime, or Cormani was in receiver stance and Coach Prime was in a DB stance. I even had that on one of my videos as the thumbnail, that picture right there. So I'm thinking that, of course, that's the picture, and that's a violation because it says there's a ban on game day situations. I guess game day situations is lining up like you're about to play or run a route or something like that.
Or I think that's what Buck was saying when they're saying they consider that scouting film. But
Yeah,
how?
crazy.
How?
And then they said the website posted the picture of Cormani McClain to social media, and that was a second violation stemming from that one moment. Crazy that this stuff will happen, but I don't think there's any like big things that's going to happen from these violations. This is just a situation where you just report them, and if you've, you know, I guess rectified the situation, taking the stuff offline and stuff like that, then you should be good to go. I don't know. As far as this, I have to look into it. Like I said, this popped up like 3 minutes before I went live.
That's crazy.
I was like, what?
Yeah, because this case, they talked about this like in the middle of the season. So they should, if that was the case, because Buck actually he already made the educations towards staying within the violation guidelines. He was saying that. I remember him saying that. And I was like, months ago. Why would you bring that out now, Mr. Man? Interesting.
So, because Coach Prime is getting all the prime players. They scared, man.
Believe it.
That part. They said they're about to get some big youngster too now.
They scared.
They scared for sure. Yo, Chico.
Yo.
Hey, man, how you feel about this Michigan stuff going on right now, man? You think we go get a big boy like 78 or something coming from Michigan?
Ooh. Now see, when I
hope so. We got to go grab him.
In the national championship game, that's what I said. I said those guys that Michigan got on that side, man, that starting offensive line, the center is from Colorado, right? He was the one that the previous staff looked over and said it was too small like that. That's what I
Darrell in them.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah,
they did.
There's a couple
I just seen a clip that said like 5 of the top like 20 offensive linemen this season was from Colorado, like the Washington kid, one of the Oregon State's kids, the Michigan kid. It was another guy from somewhere else, and Colorado missed over them guys. And hopefully we can get the right tackle from Washington that's probably finna enter the portal, because one of his left guard and the right guard, they both just transferred. So we can get the right tackle that's from Colorado, from Washington, that just started the championship. That'd be amazing.
They was saying they right tackle not here yet, and you know Mike. That's Mike's. One of Mike's, I would say Padawans rather, or his, you know what I'm saying, adolescents, you know what I'm saying? I think that's who they might be talking about. Did you hear about that? They were saying something, right tackle not here yet. That's what I heard through the underground. I'm not sure how true
I believe that we got a chance at the, he a big old white boy. Good feet. He looked about 260, but he probably about 320. He looks slim, and he moved. He moved.
Yeah, Machesney had like, I think 3 linemen in the Natty last year.
Man,
I think he know what he's doing over there.
Oh yeah.
But if we could get a number 78 that's from Michigan, like a dude that looked like that, oh man, he'll be a game wrecker and change the whole defense for Colorado.
Is he in the portal?
Nah, dude, Hunt talked about 78. He just won a championship for Michigan. He might be going to NFL or staying in Michigan. But if we could get one of these good Michigan players, then I'm hoping, forget Brian Kelly, because I'm a former Notre Dame fan, but forget Brian Kelly. I mean, I'm a Notre Dame fan. But if he can go to Michigan and open up the LSU gate for us, oh man, that might bring us back Underwood. That might bring us all these top 5 stars that just committed to LSU. LSU and Michigan, I believe, is about to go on the downhill.
They got more.
Yeah, I feel like Michigan is.
No,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
One thing.
Yeah, go ahead and speak.
I think that article is very disingenuous. If it's common amongst football teams, then why not just mention Colorado in a list of other teams that done it? Instead of just saying Colorado amongst other teams have done it. Instead of, won't you list a few other teams too with that? So it seems like they just hating, and the guy won't clickbait, so he needs some traction. He needs something to go his way. So why not put Colorado name on the title? I guess. I think it's disingenuous though.
Because they all gathering together and talking behind people's backs. They all, certain ones are meeting up with each other that don't want Coach Prime there. And so they making discussions about what's going on at the school.
Yeah, it still is kind of Colorado. I get it.
Yeah, it's still Colorado. Especially if you giving out tickets to the football team because of their cars parked somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely think they should have mentioned, and like somebody would say, this probably was irresponsible of them. So he should have mentioned that there's other schools. Well, of course there's other schools because everybody does it, but he should have at least mentioned some of the other schools in comparison, like Ohio State, like a Alabama, like a Georgia, whatever, and said that just in comparison, these schools have this many violations. These schools reported this many violations, so that
Florida State, Miami.
Look at it like maybe. Or look at it in a positive way. Maybe he didn't mean to put it out now because if he would have put it out mid-season, it probably would have looked bad in recruiting. Like this is the thing. Like, I'm thinking about it now. Like if this would have came out mid-season, I don't think we would. It would have. We didn't need no negativity last year.
I agree.
But these are things.
I'm looking at it like that.
It's like any business, right? We'll report the finances and financials or whatever throughout the fiscal year, right? That's what NCAA teams have to do also. So when they report these things, you got to report. Here it is right here. Just posted 12 minutes ago. Colorado reportedly admitted 11 violations. But where are the other schools? I don't see no other school they're talking about.
No, ain't no other school. Where that reporter located at?
There are other schools. They're just not going to mention them.
Yeah,
right.
Not yet.
See what a reporter is located at. Good question, but I don't know off the top. Let me see.
Yo, Chico, you believe Harbaugh left because of the violations?
Probably so.
I believe Harbaugh left for multiple reasons. One,
they said that Michigan could have made him the highest paid coach in football, not just college and football.
Oh, I bet you they could have too. But do they want to? And does Harbaugh want to go through that? Think about it, man. He did some amazing things at Stanford. Then got an opportunity where the 49ers, right, took them to with Kaepernick, and then that stuff happened with Kaepernick. Then he was like, man, let me get the hell up out of here. He dipped out and went to Michigan, and now he was successful at those other two spots. He come to Michigan. It takes a little bit longer, but all in all, he's successful. He gets the national championship. Bam.
Yeah, he sure did.
Now, would you want to?
He's like this. Like, okay, could I build a dynasty here in Michigan?
Yes.
Was this a one-off? Could I do this again? Man, this was pretty damn hard up here in Michigan. Do I see the landscape of football? He probably looked at and evaluated everything, and probably, I don't know whether Prime was a factor or not, but he just looked at the whole landscape and said, you know what? I might be better off going back to the
Going back to the NFL.
I think there's a lot of
trying to do. I
things
think,
that could have went into it.
yeah, but I think he might have a different mentality than Coach Prime. Coach Prime is like, I don't want to go to the NFL because of the players and dealing with that.
And then he about to watch his brother win a Super Bowl. It's all
Right.
kind of factors.
And so I think that Harbaugh is a different animal. Like, he would probably rather deal with the NFL and not so much of the recruiting and
NCAA all up on his back.
yeah, and NCAA violations and stuff like that. He's like, man, forget that. Let me go to the pros where, you know, what I'm doing is probably legal. And I won't have no problem getting it off. The running back right here is from Hawaii also. Speaking of talent,
Okay.
this running back right here, who's the MVP of the game, right?
Right.
Crazy. So I'm not just talking smack, talking about some players out here in Hawaii because I live here.
No, because I seen them guys you had on your channel.
They making plays. And some of the guys I had on my channel, all of them wasn't even up to the standards in the part that I've seen out here. Like, it's much better players that didn't even come out there to the one-on-ones. But the guys that are able to go to college and produce is plentiful out here. And you see it across college football. If you just do a little deep diving and look at some players from Hawaii that's in college football making plays, you'll see them that they're a lot of them going to get drafted this year, next year. Shout out to T-Mac, the wide receiver from Arizona.
Man, give us some of them polys from Washington or Arizona, and we'll be smooth.
And we'll be smooth. Give me about 4 to 6, 4 to 8.
Ooh, it'll change the
big
game.
Polys on the team, whether it's, you know, because like I said, they're going to bring a good vibe, good culture, and support from their families, from the whole culture, from just being respectful with Coach Prime. I think
they all like it. It's the poly traditional way. They all go give full effort. They all just nasty. They different.
Right. And Coach Prime, I think he will see that they'll fit right into his system, his philosophy, and so on, man. I would love to see it. I think if it doesn't happen this year, eventually it's going to have to happen with Colorado. But I think this is a prime opportunity for it to happen now, though. You know, Michigan losing their coach, Washington losing their coach. Shit.
Arizona
is wide open. You know?
Boy, Prime finna shake the world.
Yeah, man, I hope so. Shout out to T-Mac once again. And Fifita, the quarterback out there at Arizona. They're staying at in Tucson, Arizona. They didn't chase the money.
You think so?
No, they said it. It's another example of them showing that loyalty. And it's not just about the money. I think I could pull this up also. I know we changed the subject a little bit, but
I seen the commitment video, but I believe, man, I don't know. I think they might end up booting it out. Maybe Tito. I think
nah, dog. If they posted it, then I think
you don't think if Macmillan had an offer right now, hey, come to Bama right now, you could be wide receiver 1.
See, you're saying if no, they did have offers. They had reportedly.
You're right.
They had reportedly over $1 million a piece in offerings, these two guys. So let me see if I can find that post though. Let's see if
I believe T-Mac kind of. I mean, I like Fifita, but I believe he stayed because he want to be with his quarterback.
Oh yeah, wide receivers. That, you know, that's a smart move to do that. But at the same time, just think about it. All right, I'm a wide receiver. I'm in a great situation. I got a quarterback I played high school football with. We've been successful. We've been productive in a major way at Arizona. This is a Division I school. We can't get drafted from here. You know, we got a chance to do something special if we stay right here and continue to do what we did, build off what we did last year, dog. No, we might not go. To a national championship game, but at the end of the day, we can put up these stats and numbers once again and continue to be on the radar. And I think he's a first-round draft pick, dog.
The receiver, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%. He's been like that.
He's right, too. And shout out to Nalo Hood. What they had the one-on-one with Destroying, that's where he's from. That's his home neighborhood. So you see a lot of good players came over.
So did he come from Hawaii, then go to Servite?
He came from Hawaii, then went to a school in California, right?
Yeah, Servite or whatever, the academy.
Right. Yep. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing from Hawaii. They leave and go to the mainland, places like Vegas or California, to get more notoriety, more recognition, more, eyes on them, because, the island's so small. And a lot of players are only going to go to places where they have those connections at, just like Coach Prime talking about those connections. And if you have a coach from Hawaii and he's at USC or Arizona, and now he's recruiting you, you have that island connection to where you feel comfortable with him. He understands your roots, your background, your culture. You'd rather go with him than just being like just a one fish out of water somewhere. Some guys do that, but all in all, a lot of them have that connection with a coach or a recruiter who might be from the area, who can get them to come up there. Let me see here. I'm gonna put this back in the chat also. If I muted you, you're able to talk. I just muted you probably because of background noise. So all in all, though, let me know what y'all think about what you might be excited about the spring. That's what Adam and I discussed on Buff 'em Up earlier this week, and we'll be back next Friday to continue the series. Let me see if I can share that also.
Has CU released the spring game schedule?
So this Friday. It's not this Friday, Chico?
Sorry about that. No, so what we did was we started off the first one and we just did that to introduce, and then we're gonna skip this week. Adam is out of town actually. So we're gonna come back with the official show start again next week on the 2nd. So yeah, it was gonna be this week, but like I said, Adam's out of town. We had to just switch it up. But we wanted to come in last week and just introduce it, let everybody know it's coming, because once we get started, we going, dog. Each and every week, we're going to be doing it.
This is a question, right? Can you educate me on how to reach out to parents?
Say it again. Go back.
This may be a dumb question, right? But can you educate me on how to reach out to parents to see if they would be willing to interview for prime parent?
How to reach out to
telling us.
Yeah, so if I'll be like, yo, tag a parent or something, that's because like I said, it's 100 guys on the team, right? And so that's 100 sets of parents. So I'm not literally able to get to all of them or even find all of them on social media. So if you're out there and player X parents on social media, and their name might not be the same last name, or so it might not be as easy to find. So if some of the guys parents are out there and y'all know them on social media, y'all can find them, send them a text and say, hey, I think you'll be good on Prime Parents, and hashtag Prime Parents, and send them a link to the Prime Parents show so they can see it, and maybe tell them just inbox Big Dog Chico, or even just send it to me, inbox me and say, hey, this is the parent of number 26, and then I'll inbox them and go on like that. So if y'all know parents that should be on Prime Parents, send me the link to my inbox, and then I'll reach out to them like that. I think that'll be easier to do, right? That way y'all don't have to even make contact with them. Y'all just send it to me, and I'll
sound right.
Yeah. So I reached out to who was that? Big Ben Finisef, get his parents on. Mari McNeil reached out. Who else? We got a couple other guys reached out. I'll have to look at my DMs and see. We got Shane Coates this Friday, though. That's tomorrow. We got Shane Coates coming on this Friday. Oops, damn. Hope y'all don't see my DMs. You probably did. But all in all, let me see. I'll stop that right there. Y'all have to go back and look at that, man. Hopefully y'all don't see all of them. But
hey, Chico, next time you get back to Boulder, man, you should do a show with Jake and RK from DMVR.
Yeah, shout out to Jake and RK, man. DMVR. They showed a lot of love when I was out there, when I went to their event. So who knows? I might, do some type of collaboration with them coming soon too. I'm a fan of DMVR. I like them and what they put out there. And
I think y'all the best Colorado covering shows out.
Damn, I appreciate that, big dog. That's love. So yeah, we might link up, and I think that'll be good. Adam has the buffstampede.com website. If y'all check that out, that's his website also. and he puts out a lot of good content
too.
Say that again.
He does an amazing job too.
Yeah, I like that. I spoke to a lot of the guys when we were in the media room while I was there for the Nebraska game, and I was like, this might be my only time in here this season. So I went up and I shook Brian's hand, Adam's hand, a few other people's hand in there, hey, and introduced myself.
Networking.
The networking, that's what it's about. Shit. Your net worth is your network,
Sure, I hear that.
I saw a post yesterday that said networking can literally lead to, I don't want to mess up the quote, but basically something like networking can basically lead you to meeting the person that can help you get rich tomorrow.
Shit, networking can reach that net worth. Shit.
Exactly.
You got a
conversation rule the nation, don't it?
Right. That's the principle of that. You got a network to gain a net worth. You have to network.
Exactly. And it's about collaborations. A lot of people on YouTube, they feel like, yeah, I'll go down this rabbit hole. They feel like they shouldn't or don't want to share their platform or collaborate because they feel like it's going to take something away from them. Right. I think the opposite, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Opposite, and the trick, the opposite of that is poor. And poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly.
Yeah.
That's a quote.
Repeatedly. End up
networking is taking on those connections, and being poor is passing up opportunities.
Exactly, dog. I'll tell you real quick. I reached out to a creator before it would have been my first collaboration, right? But I reached out understanding that, my audience might not be his audience might not be my audience. Boom, we could cross over, and they're not gonna. If my audience like you, I don't see them unsubscribing from me to only subscribe to you. Exactly. I think they can subscribe to both pages, right? Last time I checked, right?
It's full of people.
Okay. So they can subscribe to both pages. So boom, your following just increased by whatever percentage, and mine just increased by whatever percentage. But now we're continuing to work together. We're not, shunning one another or stiff arming one another, thinking that, it's going to be a problem. And so that led to, I reached out to this guy, and he basically stiff armed me and said, I don't do collaborations, dog. Which of course he ended up doing collaboration later on. But he told me, dog, I don't do no collaborations. I'm on this on my own.
And that goes to what Big Homie just said. The poor quote. You're missing your opportunities.
Missing that opportunity, man. We got to get you down to the DMVR bar sometime when you're here. It's a great place to watch a game, and also where their studios are upstairs. Exactly. I love to be in the studios with them. Shout out to them dogs. DMVR, RK, and Big Jake. I saw Big Jake after the game, and he came and showed some genuine love. I was on live in the stadium. I was probably the only one in there. And boom, here comes Jake walking over after they had done filming. I said, boom, I got him on live. Y'all can check that out on my page if y'all seen it during the Nebraska game. But he came over and showed some love, as if he knew who I was. And I was like, damn, that's what's up. So, you got some people who will try to stop a shine from another person. You got other people who understand the opportunity
and embrace
it and invite you in, and know that there's not a, you're not going to take my girlfriend, dog.
Right.
Insecurity, man.
Insecurity.
Be secure in yourself. You'll be secure to support someone else. So
feeling threatened by somebody else's talents or whatever they're doing, bro, don't feel threatened, dog. It's all love. You don't have to blow out my candle to make yours shine brighter. Because guess what? It's not going to shine any brighter.
Right. Need two of them to shine more.
Yeah.
The
more you have, the more it's going to shine, and it's going to bring, more eyes. If your whole goal is to help increase Colorado football, right? See them win, help push prime in whatever way you can, as far as recruiting and eyeballs. But of course, we all know at the end of the day, people are creating content so that they can have the eyeballs on their page and on their channel, so they can get the ad revenue from it. But you got to understand that networking and collaboration will only help that. It won't hurt that, so to speak. People are not going to stop watching your content to watch my content because they saw me on your page. I don't think it's going to happen like that. So, at the end of the day, I think all YouTube creators who are talking about the same thing should find a way to be all on one platform so that all the people can come in and, they can go down different avenues they want to go down once you guys are off of that one platform. It only helps.
I don't know, Chico. You might have took some of Coach Hate's followers.
No, see,
no, I'm just joking. I
feel you, but example right, it can't happen. I don't think we can take. I will say this: I definitely lost. I'll say a certain. I know one particular because I saw it, and that person had me blocked on Twitter. I was like, damn. And the reason why, because of something that happened on Coach Hayes' show. I mean, not Coach Hayes' show, but the show that we did together.
The debate show.
And the reason why is because, like, the debate show is from a good place. It's a debate show. We're supposed to talk and have different
opinions and views.
Exactly. You said exactly what I said.
Boy, we think like
right? So, with that being said, you're going to have some pushback and pullback. But I think some of the audience members, some of the listeners were feeling, just that. We're in their feelings, were, oh, Coach Hayes saying this like this, or he trying to insult you like this, or you saying like this, and it kind of got all out of hand. And then listeners got involved to where Coach Hayes will make a joke, and I'll try to come back and piggyback off the joke. Maybe the listener don't have the connectivity, so they feel like
I miss for all season.
All of that, dog. It's so much stuff, man, that went into it. So, we might get back on later on once there's something to debate about. Who knows? But it has to be clear in understanding that it's a debate show. We're not supposed to agree, and we're not supposed to
take it personal either.
Take it personal.
Never supposed to be personal.
And that was
strictly the whole about ball.
From show number 1. If y'all go back and really listen to him, Big Dog Chico don't take things personal. I'm like Shaq when he go to one of those comedy shows. You can joke on me all day. If it's funny, I'm going to laugh. And that's been consistent throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a neighborhood where you're going to get joked on, dog. And our thing was this. You either going to fight or you going to cry or you going to laugh too, whichever one. We cool with all of them, Big Dog. What you want to do? You want to fight one of us for joking on you? Man, I ain't going to fight y'all. You know what I mean? I think I fought my dog Cruz one time, and then we realized that we got to be friends after this, so ain't no need to fight. You might as well joke back or laugh if it's funny, So that stuff can't get under my skin ever since I was 10, 12 years old in Lakewood. Shout out to the hood. But
I just seen a comment that said, if you grin, you in. I agree with that.
Grin, you in, dog. I love that. I love when DC Young Fly, you say, oh, you laughing? Oh, you laughing? I'm going to fire your ass up too. So I don't come from a background of taking it personal. You know what I mean? Even though some of the listeners might be like, get him, Chico. He said this about you. Man, I don't care, man. I don't care. Say what you want to say. But I think it did get a line across when Hayes thought that or accused me of stealing his content, and he wouldn't back off of it. I'm like, bro, you talking about me on a live, and you're telling me I can't react to it live? Shit, who? Say my name, I'm gonna do whatever I want to with it. I don't care who page is on, dog. So it's all love at the end of the day on my end. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the other end, but
y'all have another show coming up in about 3-4 months. I see it.
There you go. See, there it is. So we'll see. And like I said, I got no problem with the whole situation, other than you feeling like I took something from you that I wasn't supposed to take. I wouldn't do that, dog, online. If I did that, I'd do it in person, and then we'll fight and deal with it like that. And that's simple as that. All right. Samuel Gardy said, I'm late. What violations they hit Prime with? I'll go back over them. But you can rewind and go to the beginning of the show and listen in. My brothers were ruthless, so I don't care. I'm on your The debate show is good. I check out everybody's channel. Yeah, so we'll probably get it back in, man. If you want to debate, I think that is a situation where it's not too much to debate right now. So, B. Wilk said there's plenty of eyeballs to go around. I watch you, DNVR, Life of Football, Dave, Adam, and a lot of other channels. I'm a sick puppy, man. Go Buffs. There's nothing wrong with watching all these channels. That's what it's for. BET is not getting mad because you're watching MTV. Hell, they probably owned by the same company at the end of the day. Your attitude will determine your altitude for sure. All right, let me go back on this. I appreciate the super chat, PABW and B Wilk. PABWS said Chico ain't lying. I've been following him since 2021. He's always been about building with others. That is why he is so successful. I appreciate that. We getting there. We trying to get there. You know, we working. Not where we want to be yet, but we working. We working with some Marines right now. getting the muscles right. All right, so if you guys just tuned in, I'll go back over this real quick or briefly. That Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffs reported at 11 minor NCAA violations in Coach Prime's first season. Colorado reportedly admitted 11 minor NCAA violations in Coach Prime's first season with the Buffs. Some of those violations were small stuff. All of them were small or minor, considered minor, but there were things like posting pictures of players on social media in a stance, looking like they're game day ready and simulating game days, which you can't do. A high school coach sent Colorado staff a transcript for a player that had not yet entered the transfer portal, which Colorado quickly stopped recruiting the player, and which was a violation. These coaches can't be sending that stuff unless they're in that transfer portal. Also, Coach Prime reported on Instagram video depicting voluntary team workouts in January of 2023. The short clip was live for about 20 minutes before being pulled. That same month, a recruit identified as Cormani McClain was featured in a picture while wearing a uniform on the field, lined up across from a coaching staff member, which is Coach Prime, and that's a violation of the ban on game day situations. Also, players that were not active members of the transfer portal attended a Colorado camp open to high school and transfer recruits last May. That was the famed camp that Coach Prime had in the summer. The violation led to a 2-week recruiting ban in June. So you got a few different ones. Also, team did a yoga session with an intern strength and conditioning coach, which I need to have Miss Shy on here. She was our strength and conditioning coach intern with them last season. Also, linebackers coach Andre Hart took a picture with a recruit who posted it on social media prior to the first permissible date to have in-person contact. Let me go in on that one right quick, because that goes back to a debate that I had with Coach Hayes, and he was talking about, famously, when we were talking about Coach Prime going into the houses of these players, and I said, think about the scenario. Coach Prime could easily tell a player, hey, if we take a picture today, don't post it today. Wait till this day to post it because it's going to make the most impact, or whatever reason. If Coach Prime coming to your house and tell you that don't post this picture till then, 9 out of 10 recruits are not going to post the picture until he says it. Follow directions, one-on-one, right? But with this violation, a recruit posted the picture prior to the date to have in-person contact, which is a violation, which I'm sure that recruit didn't continue being recruited by Colorado because he can't follow directions. Right? If you can't follow directions, dog, how am I going to have you on the team? No, dog. You're going to mess up later on in life too. That's like Xing or scratching off your friend, when you got no money before you have some money. You already making mistakes while we broke, dog. Imagine if we get some money. You're going to go crazy. Nah, you good. Oh, Nana D Hall, I thank you for the super chat. The $20, the Dub City. And some of us new to football just love you, Chico. Oh, there's that bitch. I appreciate that. Got me smiling over here. I'm glad I ain't on camera, so you can see me cheesing, showing all 32s.
Hey Chico, I'm right here looking at this online Athens. They say about 8 other schools done got hit with violations too, including Georgia and Florida State.
Yes.
Georgia got hit with 17 across like 3 different sports. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but
look at that. Georgia got hit with 17. Like it's plenty more schools out there that's been hit with or had to report way more than the 11 Coach Prime did in his first season.
And Florida State's is centered around NIL. Coach Prime is stuff about taking pictures and saying some petty stuff.
It's minor. It's little stuff that happens.
Literally petty stuff
that can happen in your first year. Oh, we can't take a picture like this, dog. That's what they mean by game day situations. Oh, the kid can't run out with us. Oh, we can't. It's all simple stuff.
No NIL payments and stuff like Tennessee and Florida State. No under the table type stuff. Just regular. Oh, we didn't know that we could do that. Okay, it won't happen again.
Exactly. Now these things where coaches been in there and they tenure 5, 10 years or whatever, and they still making these violations and mistakes. Come on, dog. Come on.
Or it's when they don't report them, when they try to get away with them. That's when they really get hit with the sanction.
Right. Let me see. Georgia. See if they have some. Georgia football, 8 other programs broke minor NCAA rules. This was 2 days ago.
Online Athens.
Yeah, online Athens. Let me go back to that. I'll go back to online Athens. I was going to go to Sportskeeper, but I'll go to online Athens saying that, and I can see, let me see if I can share this with y'all too. Just in case anybody out there looking at the screen, y'all can see it also. What was it? Online. There we go. All right. Georgia football NCAA violations range from flowers and balloons in hotel to impermissible coaching. Oh, now schools running a foul on NCAA rules have been in the news lately for major college football programs with an investigation at Michigan for in-person scouting and sign stealing. Florida State reaching a negotiated resolution and Florida being investigated for rules violations centered on NIL payments. Georgia athletics and other schools regularly report violations considered minor in nature. Who is this just popped up right quick? Somebody just popped up or either popped off, and I clicked off of that. So from July 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, Georgia reported 17 level 3 violations across 9 sports programs, according to information obtained from the school in an open records request. Those are considered isolated or limited in nature. Georgia listed 6 in the same 6-month period in 2022. Tennessee self-reported 3 in the last 6 months of last year. Let me see. Do they name all of them? There were 4 violations involving the football program.
I didn't see any like specific, but
yeah, but y'all see that other schools, it's just like a business and what they're auditing, right? You got to report, your finances and stuff and how you got whatever. I think that's what it is. And that's what happens. Mac NT said it right there. NCAA is a joke. Definitely a joke. Big LT's jumping on. Let me see what Big LT got to say too. Coach Kev out here. I got to drop the link so everybody else can get up here and let me know what y'all thinking about this situation. Also, we're live on the Coach Prime in Colorado page on YouTube. Check that out also. Subscribe to that page as I will be posting other content on there like clips from the Buffum updates and so on. So here we go. Big LT, what you thinking, man? Let me know right now what you think. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, brother. First of all, man, I'll take them 11 what was they calling them? What was they calling them again? Strikes?
Violations?
Yeah. I'll take them 11 self-told violations any day. You know what I mean? We told on ourselves, right? Ain't that what it was? We gave it up.
We had
you know
to
what I
report
mean? I'll take those any day than all these 15, 25. 30 violations and serious violations at that they had to come and scoop up and pull up the rug and pull out the magnifying glass themselves. I'll take those any day.
Exactly. Because that's like getting traffic tickets, right? You know, nothing major, dog. Nothing major. Just go to court, do what you got to do. Just report it, do what you have to do, and you'll be fine, right? That's it.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, it ain't
Ran
like
on a
in
ran
Tennessee
red
a few
light.
years ago when they was giving out money in the McDonald's bags and little stuff in the McDonald's bags. It ain't nothing serious like that. This is regular stuff that they didn't know that they had to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Hey,
guarantee you.
Chico.
Miami's and stuff, they giving them bags out. Oh, now we got, who's that? Coach Kev in the building?
What's happening, Chico? Yeah, these are just minor ticky-tack things. They happen in every single program. The one that stands out is Matt Machesney. Did you guys read that violation?
Exactly. Yep.
What a piece of crap that guy is.
Oh,
on his cast every single week, he sits there and brags about how he has on-field access, how he has special access into the locker room. Turns out it was revoked. What a joke that guy is.
It was revoked.
That's all I have to say. They revoked his, the CU revoked his on-field access because of the violation.
Oh, all right. So look, so for everybody listening, the violation involving Matt Machesney, the former Colorado defensive and offensive lineman, is, let me read it to you and I'll show it to you. It says former Colorado player Matt Machesney and his son, a 2028 recruit, were present for a pregame locker room speech, and the recruit ran onto the field with the team at its October game against Stanford, violating a ban on game day situations. So I don't think that it is Matt being there or being in a restricted area. I think it's because his son is a potential recruit in the class of 2028 that violates he
ran out with the team.
I'm just reading the USA Today portion of it. It just says, as a result, CU's report said that the former player had field access revoked for the rest of the season, and rules education was provided to the football staff. So I'm just saying, McChesney gets up here and brags how he has all this exclusive access to the program.
Right. And that was probably they probably revoked it.
I'm gonna jump off. You guys have a great day.
And they probably revoked it after the rest of the season because of that issue, for him letting his son run out there with the squad and all that. And they got a hold to it like, man, what do you think you're doing, dog? No, man, your boy ain't even part of the team. And
got a little excited.
Man, give me them papers back, man. Give me the access.
He's got a little excited. Things happen. I think they just tried to just, keep everything calm and regulations where, it's not too much involvement with the school with that player until he signs with the school. You know what I mean? It ain't too much. You just run out with the team.
You doing it now before they start winning, because boy, next year they gonna try to pull anything out they behind they can.
Exactly. I agree with that. Glad it happened now, but I see a lot of mixed feelings about this situation. How is that Matt's fault? His kid ran out. Well, let me say something about that one. How is it his fault? Well, I could push back two ways on this one, because you can ask, if my kid is somewhere with me and he does anything and it's a violation in any way, it's my fault. I'm the parent. All right, that's one. Two, he was probably, I could see it that him being an alum of the school, former player, he's feeling like, man, we just running out with my team. It's because, look at it like this.
Right.
Look at it like this now. Coach Prime and any other coach in college football has a son on the team, right? There are some things, and there's a fine line there. There are some things that you can do with a player, or that you can do with your son, that you can't do with a normal player, right? Like these fishing trips.
If his son wasn't a recruit, it'd have been different.
So if his son wasn't a recruit, it would have been different. You're right, because I'm a former player. I feel like I have the access to run out with my former team, and my son is just joining me. Having said that about Coach Prime and his sons, or any coach who has sons on their team, I think Matt was probably thinking, this is just my son who's running out with his father,
and not a recruit running out with a potential team.
With the guy who's trying to recruit him, or with the potential team. This is my son running out with me, a former player. So I think that gray area right there, or whatever it is, has to be clarified in the future for all teams and all former players who have sons who are of age who can be possible recruits. Like this is 2028 recruit, dog.
What Chick they gonna be doing with the babies? You can't bring your baby to the game now.
I bring my baby, and he 1 year old. He's 1 year old son. And your baby's so big, Chico. He's a class of 2050 recruit. Run out with him, dog. What? Bro, this is my son. So I think that has to be kind of made clear going forward in the future. Can former players run out with their former team if they have their son or a potential recruit with them? Do I say, okay, son, you got on? Now, I will say this. If the kid had on one of those recruiting necklaces, lanyards,
I believe he probably did.
Now that sets a difference in the whole situation, in my opinion, because now I can say
the issue.
Right. So now I can say you're here representing yourself as a recruit.
As a recruit, he is actually. So I think that's what the case is.
Right.
You have to now follow the rules of a recruit, and I'm here as a parent of the recruit. So no, we can't blur the lines. I can't jump from parent to former player when I feel like it, and I can't. No, we got to come in as whatever it is, and that's what we have to go as. And I think that's what Matt and any former player is learning now with these violations. Damn,
Matt like to thump his chest, so his son had a recruiting pass on.
Oh yeah, I would definitely think that his son probably had a recruiting pass on, and that what's probably set the line on this, saying that, hey man, he's a recruit. He's not just a son running out. We can't have recruits running out. Now I don't know whether they revoked his passes or they just explained to him what he could and can't do. Whatever after that, that's up for speculation or finding the truth on it. I'm sure Matt will probably catch wind of this, just like I do when somebody is speaking of me on a podcast or whatever, which it didn't happen a lot, but I'm just talking about that one time it did. And it came back to me, whether it's from listeners that saw it and say, hey, Chico, they said your name on here. Somebody probably gonna text Matt and say, hey, they saying your name on Big Dog Chico thing.
Well, since Colorado reported it, cool. They probably told him straight up months ago, like, hey man, you can't do that again.
Oh yeah, right. I'm sure they had a conversation with him. I'm sure they said, hey, this is what happened. This is why it happened. In the future, if you want to come to games, it's either going to have to be as a former player, which of course you have whatever access you want or whatever access they give to former players. You're good on that. But if you want to come as a parent and bring your son who's a recruit, then it has to be in that capacity. And I think that's would be, that's no. If I'm the player and they explain that to me, I'm like, oh, that's no problem. I don't want to hurt the program. I want my son to get all the recruiting possible. I want to have the experience as a parent recruit. So yeah, I don't think that's a problem, dog. If Matt. The last thing I can see Matt doing is barking back at whoever it was to say that, we got to do this for you. I don't think Matt would go, no, mother effers, you guys can't do this. My son is this. I don't think he barked back one time, dog, because it's understandable, right?
Well, yeah, it's understandable. But if I wouldn't mind, him come out and say he apologized for being having a strike. Being that 11th strike or that 8th strike on CU, especially for having a big opinion about what Shador and Shiloh doing over there in Paris, or snickering about it, or him and his homies being big mad about it.
All right, so I guess we can. Damn, I didn't really want to go that way. We go whatever way. We on here. This is a safe space to speak what we want to speak. People got a problem with it. They got a problem with it. Holla at your boy. Yeah, they do speak a lot of big stuff on that podcast. What is it? What's his name? Coach JB.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Coach JB. Some of it be funny to me. I saw what Coach JB said. It was vulgar, but it was truthful. What he said, I'm not having no coaches out there who can't, and I'll edit it myself. But he said, I'm not having no coach recruiting for me who can't go out there and get himself a quote unquote a woman, right? If you can't get a girlfriend, I don't want you to recruit for me. And he asked his coach, hey, coach, when last time you had a girlfriend? Oh, coach, it's been like a year. Fire, get your ass out of here. I don't want no coach who can't recruit. So, some of this stuff be entertaining, but some of it be just talking a lot of smack just to be talking smack and
clicks and views.
Clicks and views. And I didn't see what Matt said. I didn't see what Matt said about this situation. I probably had to go back and listen to it, but I don't think that the man should or had a clapback on these violations. What did he say about Shador and Shiloh being in Paris and missing the meeting? That's interesting to know.
I mean, he necessarily didn't have nothing to say. He was talking about no comment. You know what I mean? Having no comment, but a lot of laughing and
My bad.
Funny.
I actually did see that. You're right. I actually did see that, and it was kind of like he was for the first time.
For whatever them dudes had to say, he was with it. He just wasn't gonna say it himself. Patting them on the back.
This is not the 2000s or 90s Colorado. This is the new age.
No, it's not. And wanting things to stay the same or not evolve. I'm not saying that that's what they want, but anybody want things to stay the same and not evolve, then they're going to be in for a rude awakening, especially with dealing with a guy like Prime.
Coach Prime.
He gonna bring his own everything, dog. If I'm coming, and that's real.
That wasn't the first team meeting. That's like the first team meeting he addressed the CU team last year that all got cut. That meeting really wasn't even official team meeting. I don't know why everybody tripping on that.
I'm not the dude that's gonna even downplay the meeting to try to make it seem like it's okay or it was okay because the meeting wasn't that big. I'm not worried about that. Travis was in the meeting, so the meeting obviously was important. Secondly, though, I'm a big advocate for you treat players fairly, but you don't treat them all the same. Period. I'm sorry. That's facts.
100%.
That's definitely true. But like
100%.
They made the first team workout, and like I'm pretty sure I missed the first few team meetings, and it's like I'm like, what? Like,
listen, man, he could have watched.
People talking about.
They could have watched every word of the team meeting via video. So technically they didn't miss the message. They probably wasn't there physically.
Man, they probably talked to their coach 20 minutes after it happened and said, "Hey, I seen your new left tackle. I seen your new right guard. Y'all, they was there. They was listening to him. They was looking straight forward." I'm pretty sure they know everything that happened moments before and after it.
It was told a week before it happened. Like it's crazy because everybody forgetting. They just saying, well, Deion Sanders Jr. did say they're gonna miss the first practice, the first meeting. Do the business they got to handle, and like everybody acting like it was a surprise. That's like me saying I'm about to leave, and then when I leave, you act surprised when I leave. Like that's crazy to me.
Shit, they flew across the country and still made it to the first workouts that morning,
and didn't look for anything. They was in their league.
And then would it have been an issue if they were just down the street at home and missed that same meeting? Would it have been an issue then? Well, I mean, would you had the same nigga
having a surgery? Like what?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just silliness. And then, like you said, Chico, you don't treat every athlete is not going to get treated the same. These kids and Prime are more than just athletes. These kids are superstars already. That's like this is basically like
young men.
Let me see, like somebody like Will Smith kids becoming athletes. This is like if Snoop Dogg's son would have finished UCLA and was at UCLA and he had some kind of, and then let's say he was a rapper and he missed out on his first meeting to go to a rap video or BET Awards. What do you think people? Come on, man. What do you think people gonna say? Nah, bro, don't go to the BET Awards.
That too, but it's like as a player, like the first team meeting in the spring. Like everybody not even on, like who on the team ain't even there because the first team meeting you might have somebody playing basketball. He not there. He on the basketball team, or somebody running track. He not there. He on the track and field team, or the baseball. He not there. He got a baseball game in the state. So it's like when you in high school, college, and all these things, and that's what I like what Goldberg said about getting stars because when you a multi-athlete and you play more than one sport, it's hard to go to those camps. Because you always in season. So like for me, I missed a lot of hoop stuff because I was playing football. Then when I'm trying to play football, trying to play a hoop, they want me to run track. I'm like, no, I'm playing hoop. So I'm missing out on track. But I can run track at the end of the year. But right now in the spring, I'm hooping. But I'm missing football if I'm hooping. So it's like you got all of these overlaps. And like when people outside, they diagnose Shador. Oh, he missed. That's not a big deal because he's handling other business off season. It's off
real
season.
Business too.
This is off season. It's off season.
You telling me this man's flying to Paris? He ain't going to Florida or to Oklahoma. This man just went out of the country.
Now here's the thing about that, and Mackie and T broke it down right here, saying that wasn't no trip. People don't understand that was all business. I said that from the get-go, and I tried to break this down to Coach Hayes when he was arguing with me, talking about when Coach Prime is on TV. That's not recruiting. He had the Cowboys game. You think that's recruiting? He on Good Morning America. You think that's recruiting? Yes.
Yes, that is recruiting. That's the premier definition of recruiting. Marketing is recruiting. Marketing definition, recruiting. Recruiting definition, marketing. That's what it is.
And that trip to Paris is recruiting. How do you know? You heard Junior come back and say, "Hey, Pop, they really want to work with you, real bad." Prime's like, "I know." And Prime get over there and they make some kind of that puts Colorado on first of all for going over there and putting them on the map. Now people in France and London know about Colorado. What if they leave next year and they steady want to work with Colorado and they say, "Hey man, can you send us another Colorado kid over here?" Then what? Is it favoritism then?
Right. No, it's just the fact that it's like recruiting. You recruit a brand and you become a brand sponsor of that. And then you direct, right, your participants into your brand. That's recruiting. That's how you recruit, aka recruiting. So when you recruit or a person that comes to your house, they come with a brand and they recruit their brand. Our brand is Georgia Tech. Would you like to be affiliated with a Georgia Tech? Affiliation is partnership in marketing terms. So now we see that all of this is in marketing. And when you see Prime at the Super Bowl commercial talking about go see you, that's recruiting for CU's brand.
And marketing. You can go to all these players and say now, what other coach that's recruiting you? What other coach you seen on Super Bowl commercial, seen in a spot like this much? We're in your homes without having to actually be in your homes. All right. Here's one thing right here. In that same regard, what if another player on the team misses a meeting or practice due to an NIL engagement they have to honor because they signed a contract with the business they are endorsing? Let me say this and I'll get some comments on it. For one, I was saying that the Louis Vuitton brand is bigger than probably any other thing that you guys can discuss or any other NIL deal that any other player on the team has. That's bigger than all of that. It's overseas in Paris. It's with the launch of Pharrell Williams' collaboration with Louis Vuitton. Who knows what else they have in the works? Hint, hint. With
once in a lifetime
and Colorado brand partnership. You see how Louis Vuitton, and this goes back to collaborating, like I said earlier with the YouTubers. If these big brands can collaborate, we can't collaborate as YouTubers, man. Come on, get up out of here. These big brands like Louis Vuitton has been collaborating with what's the shoe? Supreme, Timberland, or they're collaborating with different companies. You got this clothing brand collaborating with this clothing brand to make this.
Right.
All
Cheek, that's how you do it, Cheek. If you look at
is to make the brand's exposure way bigger than what it is. And with Colorado having, have you ever seen any other college football player on a fashion show walk like this? Answer is no. Hell to the no, right?
Cross marketing.
Cross marketing. Thirdly, your overseas is a global brand now. McDonald's is a global brand, for instance, right? You go to McDonald's in LA or go to McDonald's in Dusseldorf, Germany, and it's going to be the same type experience. But those people know that because of the global branding that McDonald's have done. Coach Prime in Colorado are taking this same business type approach, and we're doing global type branding, and we're partnering with, I really think that these uniforms will have Louis Vuitton type partnership on them with Colorado. And I think all this stuff plays into it. What player doesn't want to wear Louis Vuitton uniform?
Facts.
Louis Vuitton Letterman's.
Oh,
game.
Letterman jacket.
CU Letterman.
That's about
the
to be
Louis
crazy.
Bags,
Crazy.
travel, all of
getting
these
one.
things, man. This is huge with promoting and recruiting. So for my sons, and I'm the head coach, and I make this decision, dog. If my sons are going to be overseas to continually to increase the brand of our school and what we're building, and we're going to miss what, the first meeting?
That's
No,
recruiting.
I'm not going to move the meeting back. I'm going to let it be known, like I've been preaching the whole time. Everybody's treated fairly, but not the same. These guys got an NIL deal, cross seas. They're going to go handle that. Anybody else, to get back to this question that's on the page, anybody else NIL situation, even my sons, excluding this one, all your NIL situations cannot be going on during practice time or during meeting time or during season time or whatever. That's a given. But this is a special situation with one of the biggest brands that we are connected with, Louis Vuitton, and Pharrell Williams. And we're overseas in the mecca of fashion in Paris. Coach Prime is all in that space, just getting the GQ award last year. Man, this is all marketing and promotion, dog.
Right.
This is all in the budget. This is all in the plan. And yeah, we can miss the first meeting because the only thing you're going to hear in that first meeting is things that my son been hearing all their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what people should focus on, that part. Oh, go ahead, sis.
Let's like real quick. I just chimed in real quick to say, how do we know that they missed a meeting? Only because we get back access to what to like behind the scenes. It's like everything that we create to help better our people. Some of us turn around and destroy that very thing. Like we don't know that they missed the meeting if we don't see the Mino well off media or reach the people media or the pregame show or Big Dog Chico coming on your show. We don't know that they missed it. We only know that they missed it because it was shown. And it's like people take what's happening to us as a people that's big for us, that's motivating to us, that's making us want to do better. And they just, excuse my language, shit on it. It's like they take everything that makes us better as a people and that makes us hungry for certain things, and they just turn it as to if we got two disrespectful sons on the team that's just
Speak on it.
not doing their job or not being the team leader. Like it's
Right.
like shut up. For real. It's irritating. Coach Prime is doing something different, as all of us keep stating. He doing something different. And we like what he is doing. He is changing the game of college football. I am so sick of these games being the exact same. Steph Curry came and changed basketball because it was just the same. The big man in the middle do all the blocks. Now we got big men want to shoot threes. You know, it's like he's changing the game. Why can't we as a people just be like, dang, this is awesome. What can I do? How can I help? How can I get him recruits? How can I do this? How can I be a part of the team? Instead, all these channels out here, everybody want to be heard. So I feel like they want to be heard with their opinion, but their opinion is bashing somebody that's changing their lives, because without them talking about Coach Prime, they don't even get views. I went on somebody's stuff just to go see. They was talking about Miami, as you guys can know who it may be, but he don't get no credit out of my mouth on Big Dog Chico channel. You feel me? So I go on that channel, only 41 people watching about Miami. But then you go say something about Coach Prime, you got 252 people watching. So even Coach Prime makes you relevant. You irrelevant without him. And you still bash him.
So don't bite
That's
the hand that
crazy,
feeds you.
fam. You feel me? That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying. Like, get this man credit. Everybody gonna be eating buffalo chips, having buffalo hot sauce, putting buffalo in their wardrobe and all that because it's about to soar. It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy, and people just acting like what this man doing is not amazing, bro. Like, you
The
can
noodle
still
wings
like.
come up first now.
Said they're gonna be eating buffalo chips and buffalo.
I'm telling you, Buffalo is about to be soaring all over the place. Women gonna be drawing buffalo moles on top of their lip. They're gonna have buffalo earrings, like I'm telling you, this is about to go crazy. I like Alabama and Michigan. The fact that I like Colorado does not take the fact that I like my other teams away from me. I just like what Coach Prime is doing in Colorado. I like the team. I like seeing how they work out. So it's like people feel like if they give Coach Prime credit, they are somehow discrediting their teams. Like, no. Coach Prime just doing something different. And they better get on the train or all these coaches about to leave. They all about to quit. That's all, y'all.
And then what? And all season, I've only seen one player do an NIL. What is it like? I guess like the commercial, like the actual work.
Yep.
The Prime ensues for these players to do. Caleb Williams is the only player I didn't seen on a commercial that's actually doing something with his NIL. You know, putting in the work. I haven't seen no other player do no type of visual NIL, no commercials, nothing. None of that. Everybody else seems like they just getting email money or getting a secret bag of money. But yet these boys actually went across seas to go put in their work for it.
Man,
and
look good doing it. And look good doing it. They mad because it's us. But you know what? I seen a whole lot of young men up in there. I seen a lot of them in there. Have anybody checked to see if they missed the meeting or missed school or skipped out on school to come and do that? No, y'all just want to zoom in because y'all know even saying the name Coach Prime or Deion Sanders or Prime Time get somebody looking at your stuff. To be honest, I give those people 30 seconds of my time. I go on there, I look at their stuff, I see what they're saying. If it ain't good, you cannot be in my space, on my space, or within my space. Because you're talking down on something that's happening great, period.
And then, sister, look at her. How many of them kids over there? At least most of them were foreigners. It was a couple of Americans, I guess, that might have got.
Yep.
But how many of them kids over there knew who Shador and Shiloh was? They know them boys. Those are college kids.
You feel
me? You know who them boys was?
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Those kids that be on TV that playing for Colorado. Those are Deion boys.
Yes.
Playing for Colorado.
Man.
New fan. They got new eyes and new fans just by them going over. How many of them people you think that won't become new donors?
I'm telling you, even though dude on the video was like, man, y'all got people over here. I'm just like, what? He said, yeah, y'all got people over here that love y'all in Colorado. Like we rock with the Buffs. And I'm just like, these are foreign churches saying this. Like, it's like he changing the game. And not only that, those foreigner kids that don't really get opportunities over here in the US, watch how them jokers start playing football for real. Watch how they start playing football for real. Because Shador gonna be over there trying to get them.
And then they got a school on their list when they want to come over and transfer to a United States school.
That's all I'm saying, boss.
People, I have a unique perspective on this, being that I played football in Austria. I actually played a game in Paris. I remember going to that game thinking that we were about to play some little bitty, scrawny little white kids, some kids from France. You know, I'm thinking that, right? No, you get over there. All I saw was big, shiny, dark skinned West Africans on their team. And I'm like, where in the hell these guys come from? There's a huge African community in Paris. There's a huge African community in London. And what they're doing is they're pipelining this. And this is where the kid, Kofi Taylor-Barrett, came from, the linebacker from London that's on Colorado's team. And also the tight end, Zito Traore, who was there before he left before the season. He's from London, and played in that NFL academy. They're building over there. And even when I played, we had to be coaches and ambassadors of the American football game because they're still learning the game at the time. Now they're excelling at the game now. With Coach Prime sending his guys over there. You saw how Bun B and all the American guys who was there. Bun B, I think it was Slim Thug, Quavo, the David guy, the rapper also. They were all crowded around Shiloh and Shador. It
Big
wasn't
facts.
like Bun B or somebody was the center of attention. No, those guys were coming up shaking Shiloh and Shador's.
Yep.
They were the stars over there, right? So all of that spotlight is coming on them is going to indirectly shine on Coach Prime and Colorado's football team, which are only going to help them worldwide recruiting in the long run, dog. This is a worldwide brand that's being built, just like Coca-Cola and McDonald's is recognized worldwide. That Coach Prime brand, that CU brand is going to be recognized worldwide also. And that's what I think he's building. He's making it cool. Adam, who lives in Colorado, said this on the show the other day. He said, man, wearing years before Prime, you would probably see one, maybe two CU shirts when you go out to shop. Now it's like the cool thing to wear. He said he ran in the marathon and he wore a Colorado shirt, a CU shirt. It's the cool thing to wear. Colorado gear. I'm in Hawaii.
And then Chico, how many of them kids from them superstars will be looking to maybe come to Colorado?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are future NIL kids and future donor parent. Well, I guess deep pocket parents. You know what I mean? And plus, a lot of them rappers, man, are deep within their community. You don't think they had influence on a lot of them young athletes and parents that's coming up, man?
And if you really listen to what
A
Quavo
lot of influence. Snoop Dogg first.
right, you listen to what Quavo said to Shiloh. It wasn't no hate. It wasn't no I'm not. It was like encouragement. Like, we want y'all to win. I want you to win, dog. We watching y'all. We know what's going on. We want you to. And Quavo just told him, hey, I want you to do this. You know, whatever he said, I want you to do it better, get better. It wasn't. It was all
from a former athlete in himself.
It was all in support of what they're doing and let them know, hey, I want to support you even more. Real quick, I was out here. Of course, I live out here in Hawaii. I wore my CU hoodie to go pick up some food one day. Happened to walk into this random. I told this story before on a live, but I walk into this random. I think it was a teriyaki chicken spot or something. And there was two black dudes in there, random black dudes. I walk in. I got Colorado on the back, so they see me from the back. Pause. They see me from. They see the back of my shirt.
Mine's clean. Mine's clean.
I instantly saw the cats when he said that. I saw the cats immediately.
All right. So they saw my shirt.
Plumber butt out.
What? One dude was like, hey, bro, I like your hoodie. And, you know, I was like, oh, appreciate it. But I kind of turned around towards him, like, appreciate it, you know, made eye contact and turned back around. Then he was like, hey, Brody. I was like, what's up? He's like, kind of scrunched his eyes. It's like, you do YouTube, don't you? I was like, damn. I'm thinking to myself, like, damn. I immediately thought, like, damn it, am I presentable right now? Because I got on this hoodie with some slides and some shorts. I'm looking like, you know, I just ran out the house to do this. And I turned, yeah, I do it. I do YouTube. Like, oh, bro, I watch you. I think I watch you in your Coach Prime content. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'm way out here 4,000 miles away thinking I'm good. And I could just go anywhere with this Colorado hoodie on. No, dog, they watching Coach Prime in Colorado each and every place you go to, all across the globe. Pineapple to the Big Apple and across seas. So that was my experience wearing this Colorado gear. He's exactly right when he said that this is like wearing, you know, the new cool, clothing and gear, so to speak. So we got ATL up in here, Big LT, Tab from Texas checking in. I think we just lost Big LT. But that's what it is, man. I know I've been on here longer than what I wanted to, but it's all good. I'm here. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Chime in all you want to. East Lansing, Michigan in this thing. Reef said, I live in East Lansing, Michigan, home to Michigan State and the great Magic Johnson, of course. And there were stories here selling Coach Prime, CU gear. Plus, I seen a guy wearing a CU hoodie at a restaurant one day. Heck, I want one. Exactly. Another story I got real quick. I wore my CU shirt with the CU logo on it, the collar shirt. I went to get something to eat at a restaurant. Was actually having a business meeting with this real estate agent or whatever. But anyway, I'm sitting there, and the server came up, and she was looking, and she finally asked, did you go to CU? I told her what I did. She's like, oh my God, I'm from Colorado. I'm like, damn. Same restaurant. Somebody else came up and said, hey, asked about the CU shirt. You go to CU, or what do you do with Colorado? You know? So it's global. It's definitely global now.
And like you said, Chico, it's a fad. It's becoming a fad to wear have CU gear on. Remember how hot North Carolina gear was back in the early '90s? You know what I mean? How hot them North Carolina Lettermans and all that was, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Everybody had a Cordell jersey though. Everybody had a CU Cordell jersey. Everybody had a CU, a C-Web, AI.
Ones, like you said, was North Carolina. That North Carolina jersey, everybody wanted a North Carolina jersey with the baby blue Jays, powder blue Jays.
The 2-3 though. It had to be the 2-3 with no name on it though. You know what I'm saying?
And
then you had the name, you had to have the authentic stitch though. You couldn't have no iron on nothing. That's getting thrown away.
I remember having a Michigan jersey with the number 5 on it, like Jalen Rose. You know, everybody wanted the Fab Five stuff. Everybody wanted the cool stuff when they came out, and that's just what it was, man. And now Colorado, Coach Prime is making Colorado that, you know, and it doesn't help that they have good colors with the black and gold. You know,
and that black and gold
doesn't hurt
good.
that the colors of black and gold. That's cold blooded.
See, you've been there before. They back again. That's funny.
I think it was, as far as the cool college gear, it was Michigan with the Fab Five. It was Miami when they had those Ed Reed and Clinton Porters in them those years. And they had those Miami starter jackets and the pullovers, that white Miami pullover. What?
Oh, so you jumped 10 years backwards.
Oh,
you went to the starters.
That's 20 years back.
That's Texas, UNLV. That's Miami. Who started with, you know what I'm saying? Oregon. No Oregon. Nah. Michigan starter jacket.
Duke was hard.
Yeah, Duke and North Carolina starter jackets.
Hey, now let's just be 100. All the gang bang colors was the hard. All the gang bang colors, man.
I wouldn't say that.
All the gang bang colors. That rolling 20s, they was coming up with all the Steelers stuff, man.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. The Steelers was cool too, but we stood up when the Steelers got Cordell, because everybody was rocking Cordell jerseys.
That's what I'm talking about. But mainly them hoods that had them colors was getting any type of paraphernalia that represented their color.
Yeah, the black and silver with the Raiders. That blue and gray was big where I'm from with the Cowboys. That blue and gray.
Yeah.
Out to all the, you know what I mean, out there.
That's not why we was getting the brothers, man. That's not why. I'm from Cali, man. We wasn't. You was wearing, because that either you was wearing the Raider jersey. That's it. That said it all. And then it was whatever colors you wore with it.
But
so
see,
like
in Cali though, you know, everything meant something out in Cali. Right.
So you got other teams. That mean stuff.
You can't just, not Seahawks, but you can't just wear a Seattle Mariners hat.
Right.
In LA, you can't just wear a LA Dodgers hat in LA.
You can't wear a New York Yankees hat. You can't wear a Mariners hat. You can't wear a Mets hat. You can't be. You know what I'm saying?
I remember trying to wear a New York hat. What was that? What was that hat on? I think it was a New York Yankee hat. I'm thinking I'm gonna wear a New York Yankee hat because it's not an LA hat, and it, you know, I think I like it.
Best friend get towed up on the road with a Yankee hat on.
No, take that Yankee hat off, cuz. Like, what you doing?
It depends on which one of those you're talking to.
Yeah, that's messing with the homies over there, cuz. You tripping. They cripping, but that's not they're
That's
right.
not all of them. That's not all of them. We gonna get into that because I ain't into that politics on YouTube and all that. You know what I'm saying? But we was rocking the jerseys really for the brothers, man, for sure. Like the Cunninghams, the Cordell Stewarts. You know what I'm saying? Chris Carter's. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you had your Deion. And in the Bay, Deion was the only one who could get away with getting traded because people had Deion Niners jerseys and his Cowboy jersey on out here, like. Everybody was cool with Deion, like, and his Falcon jersey out here. Like,
and when Prime dropped these new shoes, man, woo, they finna kill the game, bro. I can't wait to step outside of them things. I'm finna have everybody mad, man. I'm finna hurt their eyes, man. They finna be mad, boy. And fresh fit and that fresh cut on their head, man. Oh man,
see you black and gold, see the all white and black.
Man, it's going down, man. It's going down. I step out there with them fresh primes on, man. That fresh fit and that fresh haircut and stop. Oh man,
get the all white and black primes with the all white. Black. So you just
this is about to be like the retro Jordans dropping, because these haven't really officially dropped for a while because Prime wasn't with Nike. He's been with they have like no incentive to really drop him and to have his backing. Now, man, I've been wondering where could I find them at, and how they dropping retro J's, but they don't have these Deions out. Man, what?
Them things to go crazy.
Hard body, and
they
now
probably gonna drop right before game 1.
With them Deions with that old school Weber jersey, I'm telling you.
If the NCAA smart, man, they'll put Shador and Travis or Shador or Colorado or something on that new video game, man. If they smart.
Ooh.
Nobody else on that thing other than
hey, yo, Chico.
3 options. Shador,
that's gonna be crazy.
Coach Prime, or Travis. Those are the only 3 options that could be on that video game, dog. They'll be crazy if they go any other way.
They're gonna mess around and put Nick Saban on that thing.
That's what I think they're gonna do.
On that thing.
Y'all laughing for real. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come out with a Nick Saban edition. They're gonna be called the Gold Edition. Wow.
Nick Saban edition, and not in college football anymore. They can officially do that without like putting a team on there. They can just put Nick Saban on there in a crimson shirt without the Alabama logo or something. And now they got the GOAT or the Saban edition to come back with the NCAA football, and it's kind of protecting them from using one team. I think that, but
that'd be crazy.
Let me jump on it. Cool. A link in the private chat of this right here, and it said that it had like 100,000 comments on them missing rookie new recruits meeting Shiloh and Shador. I think this is them showing Neely giving his thoughts on the backlash of Shador and Shiloh going to Paris for the Louis show. Let me see what Big Dog Neely had to say.
Shiloh going to Paris for the Louis show.
The moment we've all been waiting. So I gotta tell you, Eric. I don't know if I appreciate that setup or not, because I don't know if this is going to be all that profound. I have seen backlash, right? But you always have this vocal minority on the internet that just because you're loud doesn't mean that you're speaking for a lot of people. But even if you're speaking for millions,
right?
Even if there are millions of people saying this, let me tell you about internally with the program.
I thought Neely was going to say, even if there's some people saying this, whoever it is, F y'all.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I thought he was going to go win.
Neely going to lose his cool one day, dog. It's like, man, F all y'all hate me.
I'm going to go, boop.
And get up and walk off YouTube and spike the headphones. Y'all crazy out here, cuz.
Pick the table, spike the headphones,
and grab the beer.
And walk out that thing like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Then take the plaque with him. Give me this plaque. I'm taking this plaque too while at it.
I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all.
He went off on Jason Whitlock, and Stephen A. Smith was like, listen, I just had to do it. It's been building up for years. I just had to do it. So all my
goddamn CU trolls.
You know, I think Neely gonna have one of those moments, dog. Listen, man. I've been watching y'all naysayers out there, dog. Y'all been coming at Coach Prime. Listen, Coach Prime don't approve of this, but this is the one time that Neely gonna say what Neely feel, and I'm apologizing ahead of time. But F all y'all haters out there. Run up on me if you want some smoke.
You know it's coming. He
Let me
keep
see.
hiding under them glasses.
All right, here we go.
There was not a person in that team meeting, coach or player, media, support staff, that did not understand or would not have also embraced the opportunity to be in Paris with Louis Vuitton and Pharrell than the first week of school when school wasn't even in and practice is not even happening. So for people to make a big deal out of Shiloh or Shadur not being there to the day of service in Denver to feed the homeless, this thing was on the books. It's not like this was planned last week. Like, this is an event that they put together with months and months of preparation. And when you're at that age, even hell, my age, to be invited to participate in what is potentially a once in a lifetime opportunity
Definitely.
in a foreign country.
Definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. Think about it. Would they ever have another opportunity as a college student player to go do this runway on this first launch of Louis Vuitton and Pharrell Williams collaboration in Paris with my brother? Once in a lifetime, literally, opportunity. Once in a lifetime. I'm gonna be
It's
at a
the
meeting.
off season.
It's the off season. We're not even in school.
Right.
This is the first meeting that my dad is holding that is not going to be anything that we haven't heard before, and it's mainly for the new players. And listen, dog, we're going to Paris, and this is months.
This is Chico. I could see if they missed and was doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the fact that they was occupied, that gives them value. That's like, it's this. If you look at it like it's them playing on a basketball team. The basketball team, if they was on a team right now, they wouldn't have made the meeting.
They wouldn't have made the meeting. And I think that come on, man, people just want to find a way to this is terrible. This is hurting the team. This is hurting everybody else out there. This is, man, take your haterade and go sit over there in the corner and have a smile. Put your hands on your knees and participate. Here we go. Listen up.
Traveling abroad, experiencing another culture for a week, and to top it off, to be in a fashion show with Louis Vuitton that your dad helps promote, because everybody wanted the Louis luggage here, and then we get invited to be in the Louis fashion show in Paris, and you got two guys.
And okay, I think that's the end of the clip, but that's the whole point right there. I got another clip. Let me see. I'm gonna click on right here that somebody sent me. I'm gonna shout you out too for sending me that, but let me see. Bam.
Yeah, I want to kind of tap in on that when you get a chance, Big Dog.
Go ahead. Let me hear your comments.
I mean, definitely and everything, because me come from football and also from a fashion field and everything. When you get this opportunity to actually step out there and everything and be a part of something it's been planned for more than 6 to 9 months and everything. And the one thing that people are not even talking about, when Shiloh and Shadur were actually at the actual event itself, they were there with Dion's longtime manager. She was the one who actually had ties into the actual Louis Vuitton, because she had the actual relationship with Pharrell himself. So involving when a company actually makes plans like a fashion show, because I've been in these specials before. These things are planned like 9 months in advance. That the budget and the money is already planned in advance. So in other words, they knew stuff, but they knew all these things were going to actually be kind of transferring off. So, Deion knew what was going on. She knew what was going on. And also, like I said before, these guys are actually there with an actual agent, who actually has relationships within the actual industry. So you have to make these meetings during the time here, like when football's not going on, because it's already planned and it's already set to go.
And I feel you on that. I feel you, and I can let people rebut on that. Also, let me say this: Miss Monica says we didn't have to know about them missing the meeting, but since it was announced to we public, then people can have their opinions and discourse and not be a hater or jealous. I agree with that. I don't think that you're being, or anyone for that matter, is being a hater or jealous at them for going. But I do feel like it is for the public, for a lot of people in the public. I wouldn't even say that. Just for the
misinformed.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm not even mad at people having their opinions or thinking this could hurt the team, or thinking this wrong, they shouldn't do this, whatever their opinions are their opinions. I'm giving it to you from a player's perspective. And I've had that before. Literally, I've had something like this happen.
Right.
I discussed with Roddy and my quarterback on our interview that I did with Roddy White in them, which is they went to a R. Kelly concert of all people. They went to an R. Kelly concert back in the day, and it was our quarterback that went. He took his number one wide receiver, and I think two of his roommates went to a concert overnight. They flew him there. The agents or whoever it was had a connection, flew him there, and they flew back. And I don't think they missed practice or anything. But the point was, as a player, as a teammate, you see them getting a perk or something that you don't get, or even invited to get. Hell, I would have loved to go to the R. Kelly concert, but did I understand that it's not for everybody? It's for maybe the star player, and for maybe the quarterback. It's for maybe, and me understanding that I didn't hate as a tight end or a second wide receiver or whatever. I was like, damn, was it nice? I wish I could have went, but am I mad or hating on you or having a problem? No.
Right. They
No.
know how it is, Chico.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying from that point of view. For everybody on the outside having a comment on it, that's their opinion, dog. But I don't think anybody on that team at any position had a problem with Shador and Shiloh being there, because at the end of the day, anybody on that team is going to be a recipient of any of the goodness that comes from them being overseas or whatever. More eyeballs is going to be on them. All you have to do now is go out there and make plays. If you're a guy that didn't make plays last year, that didn't get to touch the field as much as you wanted to, well, guess what? People still going to be watching this year. So it's up to you to make plays. Guess what's not going to be a factor? Whether or not Shador and Shiloh was in Paris during this time of the year. That ain't gonna matter when the ball is snapped and you got to make plays. What you gonna say?
Right.
Oh, I didn't make this block. I didn't make this catch. I didn't make this coverage. I didn't run. I didn't do this because the first meeting they was in Paris. And what?
As like I said, no, most of them players, they know, because when you in high school, you playing on a football team, and or you in high school, you on a football team, and you might be on a basketball team too. And they both hold team meetings in the summer. They first one. You're gonna miss one of those team meetings. The same thing in the spring. So all of those players, they know how it is playing with dual athletes when they got a teammate that play another sport. So if they're doing something in the off season, technically dealing with the team still, because they're recruiting CU and they're overseas doing it, they're still branding off. They're not dealing with team business. They're still doing it because it's recruiting. That's not interfering with an off-season practice meeting. It's really not. Like I'm tripping on it because I've been through that. It was when I was playing football, I'm practicing in the summer. But guess what? Midsummer is the first basketball meeting, because right at the end of the summer you start practicing for hoop. But you missing that because you on the football team.
Man, I came straight from football, a game on Friday night in football, and I had basketball practice that next morning. Early.
That's how it went for me.
And that's
for 3 years. No, for 3 years. Look, my last 2 years of championships, I lost a championship game. Right at the end of the championship game, I'm talking about right when I'm pulling my shoulder pads off. I ain't got my shoulder pads off fully. Hoop coach already in the football locker room talking about, you ready to come to practice? We got a game tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's how it is.
So I'm taking my shoulder pads off, my pants off. After playing a championship game, losing, got to go right to hoop practice.
Yeah, that's how it works.
The next day in the hoop game.
Especially if you're an athlete. And so when other athletes look at that, are they going to say, oh, how he get to practice, or how he get to come in and practice right after football? Whatever. You go play football and try it and see how it works and do both of them. You know what I mean? It's not an easy task. So, I don't think, let me see. Hold up. Monica says some players don't place value in higher end fashion brands, and they don't care either way, because all they want to do is play football and chase their lifelong. And you're exactly right, because guess what? One of those players are Travis Hunter. Travis was probably invited to go there too. But Travis is a different animal. He don't wear he don't wear jewelry, and he don't really care about the what do you call it, designer brands and stuff like that.
Clothes, right.
Sure, and Travis' dad even said that when I had him on. I'm sure there's other players on here. Hold up. Is that Man, that's Monica. Is this Miss Monica McCaskill? Man, that's Al's mom right there, ain't it? She got a sideways picture. Damn sure look like her. I can't hardly see this small picture. That's Alto mom. And I think Alto is one of those guys like that who's not really into the huge fashion and the jewelry and stuff. Let me see. Love Thy Game TV. You are so correct. I'm so tired of hearing that. It's like you can't express differences without being labeled as such. You're right. Let me see. What did Love Thy Game say? Society as a whole, we need to stop using the term hater so loosely and automatically thinking differences of opinion is hating or jealousy. If I said that, then I'm definitely not referring to it as that, but I understand what you're saying. And I really agree because Stephen A. Smith said this also. He said that just because I don't agree with your opinion, it doesn't mean that you're a hater. And that was a discussion that Coach Hayes and I had on the show. And the reason why we decided to do the show, because I didn't agree with that. People were saying just calling him a hater, and anybody, but just calling him a hater just because he was challenging some of Coach Prime's thoughts. Now, later on in the show, in my opinion, he was doing some haterish type stuff, but the inception of the show and the start of the show was me understanding that him and other people have a different opinion and perspective from the way that I have mine. So that's going to lead for, in my opinion, good conversation. He thinks this way, I think that way. Without insulting one another, we can state our opinion and let the people listening decide what they want to. I've had so many comments on there saying Chico don't know what the hell he talking about. I've seen comments saying Coach Hayes don't know what the hell he talking about. I've seen comments say I agree with him, I agree with that. And that's the position I try to come from or be in on this platform, is to speak in a way of, I try to give a perspective that where I come from, but I also try to listen in the perspective of where the next person speaks from. Because like I said, I'm speaking from where I come from, and that's one perspective. You open up the panel so that Tab can tell her perspective. ATL, Atlanta State Fire, appreciate also. Big LT can come on and tell their perspective, which is different from mine. Are any of these people haters? I don't think so. Are any of these people haters that don't agree with what? No, I don't think so. It's good conversation for me. It's just like in any locker room. Everybody's not going to agree to what they agree on or to what we're talking about. So it's love on my end. You know what I'm saying? If it's hater stuff and I say it's hater stuff, I feel like it's hater stuff. You know what I'm saying? That, and shout out to Coach Hayes and anybody else who like or agree with what he was saying. That's no problem. It's all we're talking in this dialogue and it's healthy conversation on my end for me. Go ahead, Tab.
I want to chime in on it real quick because I think people misunderstand how with our generation what hater is, right? Because hater is not saying that you hate this individual. Hater is not saying that this, like, for me, and there's a lot of people in my generation on this call, and also that is within the chats. What I consider to be a hater is somebody not recognizing the truth that sits right before their face. What I represent, what I say is a hater is you have people that has had their chances or that have had their opportunity. You have grown-ups with children, men, women with children, young men that have had their chances and their opportunities and then take advantage of it. Because the only thing that you can truly comment on is either you want to be a part of it, you're not a part of it, you don't know how to be a part of it, or the part of it has passed you by, right? So I don't think that when we say hater, we're saying that we are hating what somebody is saying about Coach Prime, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But the first thing that you must do is take the shoes off of Coach Prime's feet and his children's feet and put on Coach Prime's shoes and put those shoes on your children's feet, and then ask yourself, how would you handle this situation if you was the coach? How would you handle your situation if these was your children? How would you handle the situation if you had the opportunity? Most of us is speaking on facts are things based on where our lives are at this point in time. And so, because we're speaking on that, if you're somebody that's negative, your comment is going to be negative. If you're somebody that don't like change, your comment is going to be negative. If you're somebody that don't understand something, your comment is going to be negative. But you're commenting based on the position that you are in at that particular time. So when I say that you're hating, I say that you are speaking on something that you have not analyzed if the shoe was on your foot. Because a lot of people talking, but there's nobody with a resolution. There's nobody saying, oh, what I would have done was did this isn't that. Everybody just saying, I don't like what he's doing. This is crazy. This is disrespectful. These children are not. It's like everybody giving their opinion, but where's the I wouldn't do this, but I would maybe. Just like you allude to Chico, when you read the thing, like when people have NIL deals, this is okay, but once football and stuff start, this is not going to be okay moving forward, like moving forward. So it's like
Right.
I think that people misconstrue when we say that they're hating. You are entitled to your opinion, but you're just letting me know where you sit in your life at that time.
Right. It's just they say it's an old saying. They say hate dwells in the spirit of doubt.
You better say it again.
They say hate dwells in the spirit of doubt.
That's all I'm
So if
saying.
you find yourself doubting everything, you got to question what's that really.
That's it, and that's all it is. So it's not that we hate what y'all got going on. It's not that we hate what y'all saying. It's just like the man doing something great. Period. He doing something great. Period. Everybody talking about Nick Saban, but when Nick Saban was in his prime, especially me because I was born in Alabama, everybody was. Nick Saban couldn't do no wrong. It's crazy because Nick Saban couldn't do no wrong. It doesn't matter how he disciplined his players. It doesn't matter how his players, some of his players was getting in trouble. It did not matter. Nick Saban had the answer.
Hey,
You get an African.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Go
cut you
ahead.
off. But you're right about that, dog. 'Cause
Yeah.
coming up
Because
and
no one doubted him.
things that Nick's
Nobody.
doing, whether he was in the face yelling at a kid,
You feel me?
if another coach wasn't doing it, that coach would probably get reprimanded. But Nick Saban, though, he got the championships. He's yelling at him because he knows where
Yep.
it's all about perception and how people see things or whatever. So you're right about that. I feel that
Yeah.
several players at Alabama were caught
Getting in trouble.
getting in trouble, whatever it was. I guarantee you some of that stuff happened right now in Colorado. That is the biggest news story. Ex-player gets caught with marijuana. He was
Yep.
caught with 0.0001 grams of marijuana in his truck. They found it under the car seat after a traffic stop. What is
Actually, yeah. Last year, Big Dog, you remember the guy that transferred to Colorado? They had those cases with those girls. What's dude name? It was all over the place. Oh, they was like dogging Coach Prime because the guy was a transfer. Coach Prime don't like. It's like what are y'all doing? And they had to wind up getting him off the team because he had another case in Colorado. So it's like when Coach Prime do something, everybody is crazy. But Nick Saban can do no wrong, not just in the faces of Alabama, in the national football world. Nick Saban could not do any wrong. And I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying we are more harder on our own people that is giving us gems, that is showing us how to do it, than we are on somebody that we don't even have a history on outside of him getting championships in Alabama.
Hey, old school. Old school, shout out to you. He said that definition of a hater fits Coach Hayes perfectly. That damn old school boy would come out and man, I pray you all have discernment. People are not who they seem. Aubrey Miller are being blackballed out of the NFL because he was a hater, I guess. Huh? What was Aubrey Miller hating on? I don't understand that one right there. Nick Saban was y'all white daddy in Alabama. Damn. I have.
Truth be told, yes, he was. Believe it or not,
Hey,
we all looked up to him.
Say their white daddy. Don't say my white daddy. Goodness gracious. I live in Alabama too now, but no, it's all good, man. I understand what they saying. He was, in my opinion, he was more powerful. He was more powerful than the mayor. I'll tell you that much. I have given plenty solutions to what's going to happen with other players when it comes to NIL. We need to build our own. I like what you said about that Love Thy Game TV. You know, go with a Chinese manner. But look, it's kind of contradicting at the same time. You said go get with like Big Baller Brand did, and go get with a Chinese company to build your own brand if you're Coach Prime, is what Dot said. Let me see. And I wish I could read your comment again, but he's saying go get with a Chinese factory and build your own brand as a black business, right? But think about what you just said. You said go get with a Chinese company.
It's called incorporating.
But you said go get with a Chinese company to. I mean, if you're trying to keep it all black, when you say go get a black distribution company and build your brand, you know, so that's what I mean.
All Asiatics at the end of the day.
And
That's probably not going to work within the NCAA rules. So got to think about it.
Right, you can't put black on everything.
It's got to be everything has to be approved before you can start doing anything. In other words, he can do it outside of NCAA, but he can't do it within inside of NCAA.
Right, it'd be segregation within inside the AA.
Especially Alabama.
His son did it. His son got legendary.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just saying.
It's an open brand.
No, I think Coach Prime could definitely go and get with a distribution company or a manufacturer and create, Coach Prime shoes, right? That has nothing to do with Nike or Under Armour. But do you really do that? You know what I'm saying? It takes a whole. That's like building a brand from scratch. That's called
incorporation.
Brand incorporating. You have to you have to teach the knowledge. You have to educate the consumers about your brand. That is money poured into it for marketing and such. Or you can go and partner with another brand that's already there, and you can already bypass what they're saying starting from scratch. I understand what you're saying, but also, when you reach a certain level, like a Coach Prime or such, you can do those things, or you can do it this route and go partner with. Now, his son Shadur is with a distribution company or a manufacturing company that can create these pieces of merch and things that he has. I can see him doing that because he's selling legendary Shadur Sanders gear. And it doesn't have to have a Nike or Adidas logo on it.
Chico.
Well, all brands can incorporate
change
within.
the subject up, man. But I would love to see you get Goldberg on Prime Parents, man. With your wrestling background and all that, and the voices, y'all two, man, would have an hilarious Prime Parents, man.
Yeah.
Because I thought so too. I reached out to him. I did see somebody else.
He came and stole it. He did it. I ain't gonna say his name, but he came and stole it. He came and swooped you up, man. He did that on purpose, man. Come on, he was hating, man.
I'm not even gonna say that about it, but I understand it. But I did reach out to him, and I think that that'll be a strong possibility that he'll come on, and because I talked to his son, and just it's in the works. Put it like that.
Yeah, man. He went through there and came behind through the back door.
Mama McCaskill said to old school, Coach Hayes is not a hater. Leave him alone. I got coach's back. McCaskill said. Mama McCaskill said. All right, Mama McCaskill. Now, if all right, I'm just gonna say all right. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say all right. You better love him from a distance.
I wouldn't call him a hater. Just say he like playing with that spirited out a little bit.
It's like, honestly, all playing aside right now. It's like, let me just go back on it. It's not to be talking about him or anybody else on my show for the longest, but we do have a show together, a Prime Debate together, and it came from I wouldn't do a show with anybody who I didn't respect, or who I felt like who was just a hater and don't have any type of knowledge, or doesn't have a perspective, or doesn't have any type of game to share or information to give. I wouldn't even do a show.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I reached out to do a show with him. And to be honest, I think he was hesitant on doing it, even though he was the one who's more of the debate guy. I'm not really even a debate guy. I'm not even, honestly, in my opinion,
Right.
I don't even feel like I'm that quick-witted like him and some other people are. What I mean by that is, if someone makes a statement to you that might be, they're trying to, be insulting to you or whatever, Coach Hayes is quick to come back and respond to it just as fast and as witty as the comment came in. Me, sometimes I have to go back and it'll be after the show is over with, and I'll be like, damn, did he just really say that? I wish I would have responded like that. Ain't this I'll be mad at myself because I didn't respond back quickly, like, people like Coach Hayes have the ability to do. So I admire that, honestly. But at the same time, when you're having a debate, there's no way or situation where even the audience should feel like it's going personal, just like Skip and Shannon did. When Skip tried to talk about what Shannon did in his career, that was trying to get into personal instead of just talking about the subject y'all talking about. With Coach Hayes and I, we've jabbed at little things personally, whatever, but it's all from a different space. I feel like Skip and Shannon were just kind of like business partners, and they said they ain't even talk. Me and Hayes didn't talk later on, but to start the show off, me and him would have hour conversations on the phone, not warning, but it seemed like that was just natural for him to be talking on the phone for 2 hours. So I remember telling him once we started the show, hey man, listen, I'm not gonna be talking on the phone with you off air because this need to be on. You want to talk for an hour off air, dog? I'm not doing that, dog. We need to be talking on air like this. And so that's where that came from. And probably that's where some of the stuff on air y'all saw play out on air happened. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, man, it's all love. Everybody's going to be on one side or the other or in between, which is good. As long as you tune into it, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But he does have,
Man, you and Hayes, man, are kind of like Deion and Coach Saban there. They got two different styles, so it is what it is.
he does have haterish tendencies. I'll say that to him and anybody else out there.
I say he got a little spirit doubt,
little spirit doubt, man, spirit doubt.
He got a lot of
hater
spirit
tendencies.
doubt.
He got hater
tendencies.
That's the crowd that he caters to, though.
And that's a little bit of jealousy dipped in there too, especially coming from the coaching aspect of the thing. Some people feel like this, a little jealous of other opportunities people got, you know what I mean, and they didn't get, stuff like that.
See, that consume you. You can't let it, and that it starts to spew out like that. That's all it is.
And there were too many people and everything that were actually hating on Deion, and they were hating on all the content that were being produced by different YouTubers and everything. They were just really pissed about it because that's all that content was consuming their content. In other words, their viewership and everything was dropping because their content wasn't actually being talked about with Deion. So all these guys and everything, they had all these freaking opinions, but the bottom line was it based upon the numbers, based upon the actual viewership, and based upon what people actually want to hear and see on the field, off the field, and even on YouTube. Deion was producing all these numbers, so that's why a lot of these guys were getting mad.
Right, and they had to find some kind of way to talk about either the content creator or the content that they were pushing. You know what I mean? Until they found, you know what I mean? That's how a lot of these channels were created and somewhat sustaining themselves off of the prime content or the prime hate content. You know what I mean?
I think that could be said for a lot of channels, because really, honestly, it's damn near flooded out here with Coach Prime channels and content. Even if you look on Twitter, it's so much reposting of and chopping up of the well-off media videos and such that I don't even be wanting to post them anymore. I don't even be wanting to react to them anymore, because you scroll down Twitter, you could damn near see the whole video chopped up on other people's pages, which is fine. Chop them up, put them on there. But I'm talking about it's so many of them that it's damn near overwhelming. So I just challenge those people and other people to create more content, create more original content.
And then, Chico, the main guys that got the most chopped up content are prime haters, and they don't even think you know you ain't got they don't even have enough gratitude to thank Bucky for not what is that the copyright for not copyrighting.
Yep.
He don't he lets everybody get a slice of pie and they still hate on that. And man, come on, man. If he didn't copyright, you wouldn't even be able to make that content that you got.
Exactly. And see, that's why I wanted to come on the show and talk to Big Chico, because I was just on some Twitter spaces, other space with some of these same content people, and they were going off on Bucky about these violations. I'm like, but that don't make no sense in anything, because Bucky talked about these violations before the season even started, because he couldn't post but so much media, and all these guys are trying to blame Bucky for these violations. I'm like, man, y'all, you know what y'all talking about and everything. And then involving how Bucky was doing it and everything. He was told by the NCAA to the point what he could do, what he couldn't do. And that all came between the spring season and going to the season, because he was actually Deion Sanders' son. Now, if he had been somebody else and everything, it would have been a different scenario. So, well, like I said before and everything, you got all these guys with these opinions, and they want to actually come across the point. They want to jump on the most outrageous narrative, like with the fashion show and everything. Like I said earlier, these guys, this was planned in advance. So how can you sit back and say they actually missed a meeting when they already had an actual meeting that already played before this actual the actual incoming meeting for the new recruit, stuff like that. So technically speaking, or really honestly speaking, they didn't miss a meeting. They were already scheduled to already be inside of Paris already. So you can't miss something you already scheduled for already.
Yeah, I think that's that's like small potatoes. And if people are on there trying to blame Bucky for what can you blame him for? Going over there with his brothers to document the situation?
They mad.
Man, people get mad about anything these days. They're not going to be mad when Bucky.
Hey, they big brother, man. What you want to do? Somebody got to look over.
Right.
Anytime you start breaking new grounds into new spaces and everything, you're gonna have haters. A lot of times the haters that you're actually dealing with are the ones that either look like you or they're around you, and it's just a fact and everything. I mean, because
it's never seen, and this is stuff we ain't never seen and never been done before. This is trend setting, first of a lifetime, every type of stuff going on, and people are mad about it. Your favorite university is not giving you access right now. Right now, you can't look up your favorite university, what they just did on their first week of workouts. You can't find it.
Right.
I mean, but then also to point and everything, I'm sorry, I was about to share earlier anything with everything that's going on with NCAA, and also to point and everything, we got 2 black quarterbacks that's going to be inside of the AFC Championship and everything. All these changes are coming about. So the bottom line is you're going to have people that are going to be hating to the point where they've been hating on Lamar Jackson and everything. With FCC, he was a Cardinal and everything, and in NCAA. So I mean, like from my own experience to the point when I was dealing with fashion and football, and I was at New York Fashion Week and everything. I was done like in June, and just going there, that experience and everything. I'm backstage. I'm dealing with all the major labels, major people. I'm dealing with 7-foot models and everything. So I'm there. I'm representing to the point where I'm with and the people I'm with. But coming back home and everything, when you get back home to the people that actually know you, that's around you, they don't celebrate you. And then the people that you're working with, sometimes at the point they start hating on you. So it's the same effect of what's going on with Deion and also what's going on with his sons.
And then let's be honest. He giving us all this information that we just seen this past year or 2 years. The man only got 11 self-inflicted violations. 11. Imagine if these other schoolhouses start giving y'all film and giving y'all backstage access. They mess around have 30. That's why they didn't give you no access, because the rug is dirty up under there. It's still dirty up under. It's a whole lump up under the carpet because it's piled up. A whole lump up under there. Dust bunnies under the couch. You know how you move the ice box around and it's food and stuff up under the damn ice box. You ain't clean. Y'all still dirty. You got piss on the back of the toilet back there in the corner back there. You forgot to clean it up back yonder.
But see, everybody's even complaining about what's going on in Colorado. They have not been looking at the facts. The facts is important that Michigan had a bunch of violations earlier in the year. Florida State had a bunch of violations at the end of the year. there were other schools, and before Deion became, right before he became a head coach, they had players and everything. They were actually getting caught and everything. They were actually betting on the games online. Nobody talked about that, and nobody talked about the point anything. Florida State's new violation. I mean, Michigan still haven't got past 8 violations from last year. So how in the world to the point that all of a sudden Colorado gets 11 violations that's really like minor, is so to speak. Now all of a sudden it's an issue.
And the Florida Gators just got hit with some violations.
All of them are getting hit with violations. It ain't just Colorado. Colorado are just not getting violations. All these other major teams, Georgia, they've been getting hit with violations all year.
Oh, I appreciate that, Mama. She said I'm still the favorite. Because Mama don't play no games. I'll tell you that right now. Mama don't play no games, especially by her son. And I appreciate it. I love her for that. And Alto, my boy, too. And I got love for him and everybody else. But I do not expect to come on here and hold and bite your tongue at all. You feel me? Because when I talked to you from the first time, I knew what time it is. So shout out to everybody checking in. Hey, if y'all haven't seen Mama McCaskill, Miss Monica Cox on the Prime Parents, y'all check her out and y'all see why she on here in the comments going as hard as she is right now. No jokes. And no, she don't play the radio, put it like that. She riding her car on silent, just so y'all know. She don't play the radio.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Oh,
Can
now,
I change the subject real quick?
We got ATL, we got Big LT, we got Ant, we got Tab from Texas, and we got Atlanta Stay FL. Is that Stay Fly or Stay FL? Explain that.
Stay FI.
Stay FI. All right, I got you. Atlanta Stay FI. Let me read this real quick, and then y'all could jump on either this or anything else y'all want to change the subject to. But this was sent to me by Atlanta Stay FI also. The University of Colorado Boulder filed its annual financial report to the NCAA for fiscal year 2023. Colorado's total operating revenue for all sports in that fiscal year 2023 amounted to over $127 million, which is a staggering 32.2 million increase from the fiscal year of 2022. This is the year, and this is the first year in history that CU athletics.
Come on, man. Report that, man. Where y'all at? Report that. Report that. That's eye-popping news right there. Report
Tell them why you mad.
Come on, man.
I got another fact for you too when y'all ready.
Oh my God.
One notable revenue generating category is ticket sales.
You sound like me.
15.7 million in ticket sales during the fiscal year of 2023, 83% of which came from the football program at 13 million. CU Buffs football team was the only profitable program besides the men's basketball team with a turnout of 15.1 million. Prime effect is real, people. If
like brother said, report that shit.
No, report that. You understand me? Because a lot of it won't be reported. What y'all think about those numbers?
I got more numbers.
I think they're great. In Tony Tiger's voice.
You know the bottom feeders don't like that.
No, they're gonna come up with something.
It'll always be something.
Yeah, man.
I just wanted to say something real quick, Chico.
How much did you produce this year, Dan Lannon? What did the organ put up? Where y'all check at? Put y'all pockets up. How much did y'all produce this year, Dan Lannon?
Exactly. Go ahead and say something. I think that was ATL.
I was watching an episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I was going to let everybody know to the point and thing what a lot of people not really talking about. The very first 5 games of the year out of all the teams when Colorado was playing, the viewership was actually projected to be so low that Colorado actually saved and everything like the NCAA involvement in viewership. Because if you go back and really look at it, like the games when they had at nighttime with Colorado State and other games, those were the highest viewing games out of all NCAA. And the very first 5 games of the year, all the top 10 teams, they were all playing like small teams within the division or teams that weren't in the division. So their viewership was so low. Without Colorado coming in and actually producing numbers they produced this past year, the NCAA was actually from an honesty standpoint, they were actually looking at a possibility of so much low viewership they were going to lose money. Colorado University actually saved them the first 5 games of the year. You can look it up.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it at all, man. They said
It's a fact.
They said it was over $700 million put on betted on Colorado last year. $700 million betted on them. Come on, man.
See, I'm talking about I'm talking about the first 5 games of NCAA football. Period.
Man, Colorado and Prime saved college football last year, man. Saved them. Saved it all. Nobody was entertained or interested in none of them bowl games. If it wasn't the playoffs, them people was not watching it. They were really, and they I'm going off what I was feeling, and I'm pushing it. Yeah, I'm pushing the narrative off on other people. You was really down in your stomach because you wouldn't see Colorado out there. You didn't see CU playing no bowl game. How many of them bowl games would rather prefer to have one of them CU numbers?
Oh, off the top, I was thinking have all of them really. They would rather have CU there, so they're hoping that CU have a great. Well, some of them business people are hoping that Coach Prime and CU have a great year this year because they want them on their platform, in their stadium, at their bowl game, whatever it is. They want them there because they know what time.
In they city, the hotel owners, IHOP, Waffle House.
Yeah,
all of them want Prime in town. What they say, the circus, they call it a circus. Bring the circus to town, please, because we need our businesses low. Little Mama E's, Big Boy Hot Dogs, whatever it is, little mom and pop shops. They waiting for Prime.
and they know Coach Prime coming there. Just like I saw in Boulder, I saw some primetime shirts that had nothing to do with Coach Prime or official CU gear out there in Boulder. So it's people, man, I could pull up the video when I was walking up to the stadium and people were out there selling primetime T-shirts. Unofficially, of course. And of course, they could have got a letter for cease and desist, but these are things that go on that are, this is money that's not even calculated into these 13 millions and millions of dollars that they're saying Coach Prime brought in. It's some guys that got some street money out there from when Coach Prime came in. It's some guys that got some under the table, off the book, a lot of paper when Coach Prime came in. Trust me, hot dog stands on the side of the street, food trucks that's just started 2 weeks before he got there.
Parking my yard.
Gosh, parking my yard made a killing.
Hey man, send Buckley Willie back out there, the smoker. Send him on out there standing in the yard, man, with a sign around his neck, man. $50, $100 to park right there, man. He's gonna stand there all day. I gotta do a thermogram.
I'm gonna put a sign in my yard that say this much for parking. I also got a big barbecue grill out there smoking. I got big Chidozi Wanko's dad out there making some ribs and some briskets. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling these on the side. It's so many people coming to those games. The overflow from the tailgating, all type of opportunities to make money when you go to Colorado. Like people have been suggesting for me, you need to go out there and set up a booth and do live Prime Parents. These are opportunities.
Ooh,
there.
That'd be lit, man. Imagine when they finna come to the South. Ain't no more going back to the West. I apologize, West Coast. But ain't no more going to the West, man. Now they coming to the South. They finna be out here to Texas, man.
Exactly.
Up in Oklahoma and stuff like that, man. Down in Florida. Imagine them tailgates finna be now, man. Jumping.
That game in Florida, dog. Who they playing? Central Florida. That's about to go crazy down there in Florida, man. What? Listen, man. So many people that I ran into told me we here because we don't have nobody. I was like, who you here to support? Oh, we ain't got no player on the team. We here to support Prime, baby. I've been a long time Prime fan. I came all the way from North Carolina. I came all the way from Atlanta. I'm like, damn, this is real. This is real. Good morning. Hello.
So, I keep trying to tell these folks out here, man. A lot of folks are young too. A lot of these haters are young or non-sport knowing. They don't understand that, man, who Prime was in his heyday, man. The Prime was like the Michael Jordan of football, man.
I tell people
that guy was him. He was Michael.
Yeah. These
Michael
kids
Jordan
don't
got
know
into basketball. I mean, Michael Jordan got into baseball because his Prime came into the league playing baseball.
Right.
These
Michael
kids
Jordan
don't know
decided to
nothing.
go play baseball,
Right. And see,
chasing this man's greatness.
and Prime was right there doing the air. Look, he had Keith Sweat send him some bags, and he called Keith Sweat on the phone, and you heard what Prime said, dog. It's love with you always. You took care of me when I was in Atlanta, and that shows you. I think that in my opinion, that showed me because I know how big Keith Sweat is in Atlanta. He's a factor in Atlanta.
Factor. You're facts.
So when Prime saying that you took care of me, I feel like that's showing that camaraderie that they had. Also, it shows the power that Keith Sweat had, but it also shows the status that Deion Sanders was on to where he kept that type of company. Hammer came.
I was just about to say that, big dog. The man had MC Hammer on the sideline at his game, man.
How big MC Hammer was at this time.
Come on, man.
Sideline for the Falcons game, and he says this, and I quote, "I'm not really a Falcons fan. I'm a primetime fan." And that changed the game right there for a lot of people in this world today.
Come on, man.
A lot of people stopped saying, you know what? I'm not a fan of this team that don't care about me or don't. I'm a fan of that man right there that I have a real relationship with. I'm going out with after the game with. That's
and all that Chico, all that stuff that was happening around that early 90s, right around there, that owner of the Falcons, I forgot his name, he still cherished that to this day. He cherished those actions to this day. Why y'all think he just had that big event with all the rappers? He gave them brought all contribute to all the rappers and gave them chains, and it's because of that because of what Prime was doing back then.
Because Prime mixed sports with entertainment.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of anybody else do that before him the way he did it.
Yes.
I don't think anybody else did it the way he did it before him. It was him. It was him that did that changed the game, that had a little young guy like me wearing a damn gold necklace in a football game,
Right.
Like that, wearing my gloves instead of strapping them all the way up, you wear them loose like Prime did.
Just don't snap them down.
Instead of having both chin straps strapped up, you have one down like Coach Prime did, like Deion Sanders did. All these things,
headband around the neck.
Little details. I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Right.
Headbands around the neck. Anytime you see somebody with a headband around their neck, whether they're in college football now, whether you talking about Sauce, what's his name? Sauce Gardner, the cornerback for the Jets in the NFL. Whether you talking
all of them doing it, Cecil. All of them doing Chico. All of them. All the high school kids out here in Texas got wearing that down here, man. All of them.
Only reason I didn't do it because I felt like it was choking me. But that's another. I did everything else. I wore the elbow. I wore the two wristbands when I played baseball. I had these Deion Sanders cards. I looked at how he wore his wristband. Oh, he left-handed. So these little details I looked at as a 10-year-old kid. He's
bandana.
He's left-handed. So he wears his right wristband close to his wrist, but he's left-handed. The hand that he throws with, he wears that wristband up towards his elbow. Okay, bet. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna wear mine the opposite. I'm gonna wear my right hand, the one I throw with, up by my elbow. I'm gonna wear the one on my glove, my left hand, lower to my wrist. I did little stuff like that because of Coach Prime did it. It's basketball players that wore a knee brace on their calf, not on the knee, but they wore a knee brace on their calf because Michael Jordan did it. Kobe Bryant wore a wristband on his left elbow because Michael Jordan did it.
The cutoff shirts.
Yeah. Come on, man.
The long shorts.
Because
Mike came in with the long shorts. Said, no more booty hugging around here.
Y'all wild, dog. Y'all wild in the comment.
Jordan came through all that.
He's pull them down at the free throw line.
Hey, Chico.
Yeah.
I had a question. If you could get Coach a message, I tried to send him a message, but you know how that is. I'm 49. I just got diagnosed with kidney disease, and I seen him using Just for Men hair dye. If you could let him know that stuff is poisonous, it's they definitely target African American men. I don't know if any of you guys use that stuff, but do not use it, man.
Damn.
I'm on dialysis right
Was
now.
he using the Just for Men? I thought
Yeah, I seen him on an episode. The barber was painting his hair. I
Yeah.
used to use it for my beard, so it was closer to my mouth, so it might not affect him as much. But that stuff ain't no good, man.
Damn, y'all hear that right? Just for Men.
Yeah, they target African Americans. You know, with a lot of the sports stars, they had Emmitt Smith on there.
Right.
You know, that stuff's it's no good, man.
No good, and they target African Americans on purpose. Damn.
The problem is like our
No,
faces
did it
are
all.
sensitive, and they've had numerous lawsuits with facial burns. So if it's burning your face, imagine what it's going to do to your insides. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good, dog. So I appreciate that update right there. And I also saw someone said something about Deion Sanders in the Cincinnati Reds jersey. You're exactly right on that. I saw that article, and what happened with that. I think if I paraphrase it, Coach Prime, and I was wondering. I remember thinking like, man, they got cut off jerseys for Cincinnati now. But Coach Prime started that. They said he had it. He cut his jersey sleeves off one time, and they were like, "You can't do that." I don't know whether it was the league or whoever
the
they.
league.
Oh yeah, the league. They fined them for it, right? And I think the owner eventually started paying those fines for Coach Prime, but then the team stepped up and said, "Listen, shoot, we'll all wear our uniforms like this to where, they're going to have to accept it now." So let me see if I can pull this up. Pull up a picture. But I know y'all remember those Cincinnati Reds jerseys.
Yeah, they didn't have no sleeves
It
on.
was a big thing. Yep, it was a big thing. But it was because he was out of dress code with the team. So they said, I guess like back then, like you had to wear the same types of uniforms, and so
Yeah.
because his looked different from the team, they wanted to stop him from doing that. Which is why the team was like, well, if it's just because we're not doing it, then all of us can do it. So it'll make it. So that means that we'll all still be in uniform the same way.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. So look at him right here. That was cold-blooded. Nobody did it. But you know what? That's right. He did it because he was honoring Jackie Robinson. That's right. I remember reading that. Jackie Robinson wore these sleeves like that. If y'all look at pictures of Jackie Robinson, his sleeves were up, more on his shoulder like this. So Prime said he cut his to do that, and then that was the result of it. But also, y'all look at his gloves, how they're loose. That was stuff I did on purpose. And other
You
people
gotta flip them up. You gotta keep them open and flip them up.
Shouts out to my dog. Hold on, I can't hear you. Shout out to my dog Derek Tate, Cookie Monster from 27 Alabama. He was the first person I saw on the football field who damn near looked just like Deion Sanders. He played for in Little League. They had the teams named after the pro teams. So they had the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Falcons, and the colors would kind of be after those teams. I played on the Raiders team. That was my team. The Raiders and the Colts was the younger team, but I played on the Raiders team. And there was a guy named Derek Tate, who I'll never forget. Shout out to him right now and the whole fam down there. But he used to come out that thing. He was blood too, but I didn't realize it back in there. I just thought it matched his uniform. But he wore a red bandana. And he was a dark-skinned kid too. He wore a red bandana under his helmet, and he wore number 21. And I was like, that dude, that looks smooth out here, dog. And he could play, and he good. A little bit older than me. Who is this Deion Sanders that he loves so much? And that's when I got introduced to Deion Sanders, dog. And I said, damn, he on another level. He's different from all these other guys out here. He wearing a damn bandana. After that, you see little Chico out there with his Deion Sanders stuff on. I was always too big to wear 21, but
Back when I first heard Prime, it was crazy. When I first heard, we heard about his 40. We was like, he ran faster than Bo, because it was about who faster, Bo or Deion. And then everybody like, oh, Bo ran 3.9, 3.9. And like, oh, Deion ran a 4.1, 4.1. I think I was like in the third grade, second grade.
Everybody loved Bo where I'm from because he's from Alabama, and he
Yeah,
went.
that's what.
So everybody loved Bo.
Big Bo.
Shouts out to H.E. said, Prime a fusion of sports and entertainment. As a team man, I didn't like Paris. The NIL supercharged everything, and coaches' influence is undeniable and will benefit his kids and everyone around him. I agree with that. I like what you're saying right here. He's saying, as a team man, I didn't like Paris. I can understand, like I always say this, I can understand all of you guys who feel like the Paris thing could have been hurtful to the team or thoughtful or divisive. I can understand you guys saying that, being, older schooler type guys or people, and I don't want to put you in a box and say that you're old school just because you think like that. Or I can say traditionalist. I can say it
I
like
have
that
a question.
because Prime is definitely not going with the tradition. Go ahead, Tab.
Big Dog, I have a question today. If they was going to the White House, what would be the response? To everybody that's out there in the comments, if they got invited to the White House and they missed that meeting, what would be the response?
I think they're going to say, "Well, it's the White House. It's not a fashion show. It's a
But
well,
why?
but
They missed the meeting.
yeah." And you got to
As
look
a
at it like,
team, they missed the meeting, right?
right.
So
you
why
got
does the White House get an exception?
right.
That
If
part.
it's,
That's all I'm
if
saying.
it's the fact where you're saying it's a
Selective politicking.
once in a lifetime opportunity, then it just depends on what you value as a person, or actually what the head coach values. Because at the end of the day, it starts with the head coach. Another example from Big Dog Chico. Here we go, story time before we end this thing. Big Dog Chico was trying to throw a party one year. Let me give you the backstory real quick, and how the coach nixed my party, and I ended up losing my little $2,000 financial aid check, right? Real quick. My teammates, I think Roddy and them had gotten together to throw a party, and it was pretty successful. Me coming from that background, I knew I could do the same thing, but I didn't. Was I trying to be greedy? Maybe, or I thought it was just a better business decision, which is, instead of throwing a party with 5 people, I'm gonna throw it myself, and I'm gonna promote it myself, which ended up being a great plan until the week of the party, when some of my teammates got in trouble. And the coach said, "Listen now," and he only heard about this party because I had been promoting it, I guess, so well. He said, "Listen now, guys." He brought us up at a team meeting. He said, "I've been hearing about this damn party going on that's getting ready to go on this Saturday. And I heard about what happened last week or whatever. I don't want to see nobody in the damn club. No football players in the club." And I had been promoting this party as, come out and party with the football team, and you can meet the football players. You can party with us, basically. We all gonna be there. I had all my teammates agree to come. But when the coach stands up and say, "I better not see not one of y'all up in there." Matter of fact, he said, "I better not see not one swinging, in the party, in the club at all, or you're gone." Now I went up to him after the practice. I said, "Coach, it's my party, coach. That's my party that you're hearing about. And I've been promoting like this. I spent all my money on it." He said, "Well, you can go, but I better not see none of your teammates there." And I'm like, damn, that's killing my party, because I'm basing it on my teammates being there. I know when people pull up, they want to see cars there. I got 100 teammates. If all of them come with their cars in the parking lot, it looks like it's packed, right? Man, the coach allows me to go. He stops everybody else from going. People showing up at my party, asking where your teammates at, Chico? They coming? Yeah, guys, come on in. Long story short, the party didn't go right. I lose money, and it's all off a decision based off of the head coach and what he valued, right? He could have easily said, "I'll let you guys have the party, but my security gonna be there. I'll let you guys have the party, but y'all gotta leave by 12. I'll let you guys show up." No, I don't care what you spent on the party, Chico. You're not going. So some people value different things. Some people want to be traditionalists and stop you from making any type of money outside of football, right? It just depends on what coach you with. I shared that long story just to say that, shoot, my coach didn't give a damn about what you're doing outside of football. He said, "Y'all better not be at that damn party. I don't care how many y'all been at beforehand. Y'all better not be at this one that I'm hearing about all over damn campus. Thanks to the promotion of Mr. quote unquote Big Dog Chico." You're gonna be the only big dog in that party. So I was sad as hell, dog. That was $2,000 down the drain. I swear I wanted to ride on my coach. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to ride on my coach. If y'all understand what I'm saying, I wanted to ride on him.
I do.
Shout out to Edwin Smith out there in Ever Beach, Hawaii, who said, love you, Chico, bro. Aloha. Much love to you too. Monica said, that's all that matters to me and my son. We want to win and want a bowl game. Exactly. That's my philosophy, D squared. Let me see what D squared said when Monica was talking. I guess I missed that one. I like how you guys be tagging each other in the chats too. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm still behind on that. Monica said to the caller, I'm sorry to hear about that. May God bless and heal you from your dialysis and everything that you're going through out there. Much love to you. And all love and positivity to everybody on this chat and listening in. We've been going as long as the Cat Williams interview, 2 hours and 45 minutes now. Just as long as shouldn't show up in the Cat Williams interview. Cat, don't do that, Cat. Don't say that, Cat. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, now. So I just wanted to come on here, man, and talk to you guys. I'm glad y'all came on. Anything else y'all want to discuss, y'all can put it in the chat. We'll bring it up, or y'all can jump on and say something. If not, it's going to be lunchtime for your boy. And you know what I'm about to go do, as I always do. Grub City. All right. Anybody got any websites, promotions, businesses that y'all want to promote? Holler at me so we can get it on. You have to take
Absolutely.
You have to take a loss on that part, Big Dog Chico. You let love thy game TV at my club situation. Yeah, man. Coach, man, I'll never forget that. Hurt me to this day. Do you know how much money I could have made off that party? Man. I probably would be in a different tax bracket now. That probably would have elevated me to a different business status. Who knows what would have happened? You know. But he said, "Nah, y'all better not go to that damn party that I'm hearing about." So I was out there. I can say this too, man. I can say this now that I'm grown. I can say this real quick. A technique I tried to use to keep people at the party, right? Because I knew that people in Alabama, we will ride by a club. We'll ride by. I don't know if they do this everywhere else, but people will go literally, hey, I'm about to go ride by this club to see if anybody there. They don't have plans to go in the club at first. But if you ride by and you see a lot of cars there, or you see a line long, or you see that thing packed, you're like, okay, I'm going to go in there. That's the one I'm going in. But if it's not packed, you're going to keep riding and go by another club. And go by another club. You're going to stop at the one that got the most people there. What I tried to do was, and that was the reason why I told all my teammates to come, so they cars could be in the parking lot. So when my teammates wasn't coming, I knew it, but all the cars were still coming through the parking lot. What I tried to do was, y'all gonna laugh at your boy, dog. I knew that people would sit and smoke in their car, you know, and for as long as they have a blunt or a cigar or whatever they smoking, they'll sit there in their car. So I would have the people come into the parking lot, one way in, one way out. Once they get in the parking lot, no lie, this is what I did. I went and bought like a whole bunch of Black and Miles. I went and bought a whole bunch of Black and Miles. And I went and bought some bags of you know what, or some good ganja. And I passed out those Black and Miles and those ganjas in the parking lot. And I said, as long as you're in the parking lot, you can sit here and smoke, dog. You can sit here and smoke. Get the hell out. You giving us this, Chico? Yeah, I'm giving y'all this. Here you go. I passed those out. And those people would sit in the parking lot and smoke. And we had the whole parking lot smoking, dog. It worked for a little while. But you can see them moving out one by one. As the smoke is done, they leaving. They leaving. Damn,
so many blacks you don't smoke.
I'm like, damn, I'm out of Black and Miles. I can't pass out anymore, dog. So that was my technique to try to keep people in the parking lot. I got some people to go into the party, but overall, man, overall, it didn't work like I wanted to. But there you go. That's my story for the night, for the day. Because y'all know I got them for days. Y'all can ask me about some random, and I got a story to go behind it. All right. Somebody said Chico sounds like an episode of Atlanta or Insecure. Laugh out loud, Chico. No. Big Dog Chico, you show me how to edit the thumbnails. I'll show you how to tag even trade.
Y'all better get some buffalo stock.
For sure.
Says you see it going up.
Chico stories, he's stupid for sure. Looking stupid to mine have to change. I appreciate that. Jarrell Braswell. We got the legend up in here. What up, my dog? We got the comedian JB Jarrell Braswell up in this thing, man. Y'all check him out on Instagram and Twitter. He cold, but I think he traveled with comedian Bubba Dub right now. Y'all know Bubba Dub, right? Trash. The one who says trash.
From Texas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he from Dallas. Shout out to Bubba Dub. Shout out to my dog JB. JB from Alabama. And he was I'm not sure if they still together or not, but he was with Bucky. He was one of the partners to start Well Off Clothing with Deion Sanders Jr. So I'm glad to have him on, dog. Y'all check him out. That's my dog right there. Much love, bro. Can't believe you. I'm alive right now. Love.game TV. Stop it, Chico. You eating off YouTube. I know them checks be looking good. I wish they did look real good, like some other people I know, but I ain't tripping. I'm taking mine in stride, dog. Whatever I get, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Chico, this sound like an episode. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I appreciate you guys. It's time to go grow up some now. Everybody else who's been up in here, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for checking in.
Peace.
Big T, ATL.
Peace out.
Atlanta State, FI, and Tav from Texas.
Let's go.
Appreciate y'all. We up and about this thing. Peace in the
Appreciate
face. Yeah. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate you.